afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. They're underway down in Augusta for the 90th Masters Tournament. Kurt Kitayama, your leader at -4 through 10. Tommy Fleetwood and Patrick Reed -3, one stroke back. Adam Scott, Brian Harmon, and Daniel Berger teeing off right now. Scotty Scheffler begins at 144. We're 10 minutes away from baseball as the Cincinnati Reds wrap up their series down in Miami with the Marlins. Rhett Lauder versus Max Meyer, the pitching matchup. You can hear that right now over on the Fan 2. The Cleveland Guardians with an off day before starting the series in Atlanta tomorrow. And it's the next biggest game of the season for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They head to Buffalo to face the Sabres at 7. Pre-game coverage here on the Fan begins at 6:30. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Voted Best Credit Union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. You can learn more at bmifcu.org.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Rothman and Ice. Thursday, the Masters. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice, TLC back behind the glass. Good to see you, fellas.
What up? What up? It is good to see you as well. I think I know the answer to the question I'm about to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You are one of the biggest fans of golf I've ever met in my entire life. And this is the Super Bowl of golf teeing off today.
It is.
Why don't you take this day off or days off to really just bask in it and just really marinate in all the different shots you're going to see in the beauty of the Masters? You never take this day off.
I know. It's a great call by you. I don't know why. Maybe because it's more fun to get paid to watch it.
That's the answer I knew was coming.
I didn't know if I was even going to say that, but I was.
There we go. There we go.
Actually, that just came to me. I'm being honest.
I figured you'd go, and that's smart.
And I never really think that way. It's just, I think I'd have more frustration not being able to talk about it.
Okay.
And just being at home or doing whatever and watching it. And, yeah, I get into it. This is the only major that stays at the same course. It's a fairy tale. Been very fortunate to be down there a couple times as just a fan or a patron, as they call them.
Fire the gong.
And
we're a minute into the show.
Okay.
And
that's
a couple
not
times.
a gong. It's really not.
Do you understand how many people are jealous of what you just said?
I got lucky.
But you've still been there.
It's not anything I did. It's not anything anybody I know. I am the Haley's Comet of Masters Lottery. I win every 18 years. And so I went in 04, and I went back in, well, maybe not 18. I think it went 04 and 24. Maybe 20 years apart.
So it's a double.
Or was I 06? Who knows? But
you can't even keep TLC. Can't even keep track. He's been there.
Okay,
so
you get twice in my life, and I'd go back.
Good for you. No, honestly though, like I'm jealous of you that you've been able to walk on the hallowed grounds of Augusta, right? Like there's probably so many people that are huge golf fans that are listening right now. They're like, man, I'd kill to get down there, whether it's the par 3 or whether it's an actual
That's a fun day.
Well,
I've never been down there, but I've never been down there for a tournament day.
Okay.
I didn't get that lucky. I did get the day of non-tournament, which is the par 3 day.
You mentioned the par 3 day. A lot of negative reaction to Jason Kelce and Kevin Hart yesterday, which I don't understand. Like, let's just all relax a little bit.
Made it about them?
Did they make it about them, or was it just about the entire day? Like, to me, it's a lighthearted day. We got kids running around. We got girlfriends and wives running around. Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't bother me that Kelce and Kevin Hart were there. Like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of negative reaction to it.
Okay, so I guess when I looked up and saw Kelce, I was like, all right, what is the big attraction there? Like, what is big ex-football player, great player, like
works for ESPN,
brother of Travis? Yeah, and I'm wondering if he didn't have a brother named Travis Kelce, would he be doing this?
So I think what you're asking is Jason Kelce a legit needle mover? He's everywhere.
They've really attached themselves to him.
Yeah.
And seems like a good guy. I don't really have any.
He's to me, fun-loving, easygoing, former football player, crack a beer,
the everyman.
Like, that's kind of the box. I think in their mind, they believe he checks.
Listen, everything out there, you and I said this yesterday, ESPN's doing all their stuff there, and I thought it's weird. They've really blurred it with the NFL, and like they're doing Sports Centers there, and Laura Rutledge is hosting, and they got Darlington out there, and they're trying to like intermix it, but it's a massive platform. They're taking advantage of it. They know they have eyes on it. And I've got no real problem. I never really put anything on the par 3 anyway. That's, once you've seen like an hour of it, you've kind of seen it. Now, when Nicklaus's grandson made a hole-in-one, that was something special. But that had a family connection. Mm-hmm. To throw Kevin Hart out there, I understand where maybe the negative's coming from, that this is kind of, and I know you hate this, but this is about as buttoned up as a sporting event as you'll ever know or ever watch. They really pay homage to their tradition. The no phones, those pictures on 18 on Sunday when everyone's standing up and there's no phones. They're living in the moment, which I thought you'd like. And the food, they kept the food at 1960 prices or whatever.
That's incredible.
So
that's incredible.
Now,
I love that.
They'll sell millions of dollars in gear. Oh, yeah. I don't even know if there's a number I could give you. You could probably, it's worth a Google. You probably could find it.
Let me check it out.
That in the week of the Masters, you can buy it certainly on eBay, but you can't really just go online. And there's this one company that gets to go in there every year and pilfer everything out of there and sell it online for triple the price. But mostly you have to go there to buy any Augusta National gear. You have to do it in the pro shop. And I've told you about the little garden gnome. It's like, so they make a certain amount of them available per day.
$70 million.
Yeah, I've got
a week for the week.
For the week.
AI Overview is telling me, and in the range that he's talking about, the Masters can generate an estimated $69 to $80 million operating at roughly $1 million per hour.
Yes,
that's what they're cooking.
And I'm telling you, so to get the garden gnome, which I don't have and don't really want, you have to arrive right when the gates open, earlier, get in the parking lot, and you have to literally run to the pro shop, but they don't allow you to run. So you got to walk real fast.
Little speed walk.
And then you buy everything you want, and then you go throw it back in your car, and then you go watch the tournament. Now, for the people that want to sit somewhere, they've got to get there early and bring their chair and put their chair down where they want to sit for the day.
You got to divide and conquer, right?
Well, no, it's very respected. Once the chair is there, no one's going to move your chair out of the way. No one's going to.
No, I guess I'm saying, like, if the three of us go, right? TLC is going to do the heavy lifting.
We send him with the chairs.
He'll carry the chairs, for sure.
We send him with the chairs.
And you and I go to the
pro shop.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Divide and conquer.
We buy it, and we go back to the car and dump it. I've described it this way. There are certain, and you guys could probably bring this up too, there are certain venues in sports. I've not been to Fenway. I've not been to Lambeau.
Yankee Stadium? You been there? The old one?
The old one, I believe I was.
Okay.
But there are some venues in sports where you go, and it's more about the venue than even the event itself sometimes. Yeah. And that's what Augusta is for me. Picture driving down like Morse Road.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden there's like one of the most elite golf courses in the world, like off a side street. Yeah. That's what this is. Yeah. That's Washington Road is there, and then Magnolia Lane. And we didn't even park on the grounds. We parked about, I don't know, maybe half a mile away and walked in, had our food, went to the par 3. I spent way too much time at the par 3 because that's the place we can get really close to the golfers. So I wanted to kind of be on one of the tee boxes. Mm-hmm. And then around 3 o'clock, I was like, oh, man, we got to go walk the course. We got to go, because that's the whole key, is going all the way down to 12 and then go over to 16 and see that par 3. And on some of the practice days, watch the guys skip the ball across the water at 16. And then the rest of it. So this is how I've always described it. You guys have not seen Field of Dreams.
I've seen that.
Oh, you guys have?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So remember when Moonlight Graham, gets to play on the Field of Dreams, and then his daughter chokes on the hot dog and falls off, and he has to decide, this is my baseball career or I am a doctor. And when he steps back over the gravel and his cleats turn into wingtips, when I walked in there, I walked in off the first tee, and you're walking on the, what are they, the wood chips or whatever, and you kind of weave your way in. And when I got onto the grounds, like onto the grass. That's what it felt like to me.
Like that.
I felt like you opened up Alice in Wonderland, like you opened up a fairy tale book, and then I got to step into it. And that's what that place is.
That's cool.
About as beautiful. It's manicured. It's more hilly than you'd ever expect. You can stand up on 18 and look back kind of down 9. You can look down 10. It's kind of like you're at High and Broad, man. You're kind of like right at the center there. But it's been since 1934. It's been the home of some of the greatest memories. And I think a lot of it is the fact that they do hand out a green jacket. I'm not going to lie. I think that that's part of it. It's unique. The other unique part of it is that it's the only one that stays at its place, doesn't rotate. And the other big part for me from a geeky golf standpoint is this. It's not the U.S. Open. So you're not protecting par as much. The greens are the great defense. There's no rough there, right? There are a lot of trees. You can get into some trouble, but there's no rough. So you're hitting off the pine straw, the pine needles, and all that. It's the greens. They're glass. They're undulating. It's the greatest defense. But what I was going to say is...
Undulating?
Undulating might... Okay, that's fine.
Undulating. I like that.
All right.
But that's siren alarm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I couldn't spell it, but I can say it.
It's good. I like
it. But here's what it does. The back nine at the Masters pays off risk reward like no other tournament I've ever seen. Not on 10, 11, and 12. You got to get through there. Mm-hmm. And it's that you can eagle 13. You can eagle 15. You can play the green at 16 to a birdie. You can maybe birdie 17. 18 is more of a par hole. And depending on where the pins are and all that. And Sunday. But my point is that you can track somebody down on Sunday. You can watch somebody leak oil, and you can watch somebody catch somebody. It's the greatest risk-reward back nine of any major because you can go get the leader. You can reel in the leader. And because they're feeling the pressure and you're swinging freely, and if you're a big hitter and it's going to be dry and firm, it's going to be fast out there this week.
Go get it.
You can.
Go get it.
But the greens are going to be lightning. I know the guys are off to a good start, and I'm kind of surprised that Patrick Reed is 5 under through 8. Like I am. I don't think, I said this yesterday, I didn't think the leader would be double digits under par. I thought we'd have 9 under or worse. But your guy Fleetwood's 3 under through 7.
He sunk one yesterday, didn't he, at the par 3? I think I saw that.
He did. Yeah. And my guy Schauffele's 1 under through 7. But Patrick Reed, a former champ, is 5 under through 8, and he's leading. So we'll keep. Actually, what we're going to do today, I did this to you last year, where I did kind of a Masters quiz, but it was more of a fun thing. It wasn't really a golfy.
Yeah.
I think he gets in the cooker today.
Okay.
Right? You've always said it's your turn.
It's his time.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun guess for you. And I think Maddie's going to put the over-under on it. So we'll do 18 questions.
Oh.
Okay.
2 segments.
Front 9 and a back 9. And so what's the win? If he gets 10 or more, over 9.5?
We'll get him a round
power
of
core.
I was going to call them core powers.
Yeah, we
course.
actually corrected it. We're so used to saying it wrong that we intentionally tried to say it wrong, which made us say it right.
Power core.
It's a core power technically, but I like how we call them power core, so I'd rather call them that.
Okay. All right. So what is he gets the power core if he gets 10 of the 18?
Over under at 9.5.
All right, there we go. Let's do it.
All right. When do you want to do that? 2 o'clock?
Yeah, let's do it there.
All right. We'll get after that at 2 o'clock. We'll keep you up to date on the Masters, and it'll be a fun day, no doubt. We'll come back, and we'll get into the draft a little bit because Peter Schrager was the one that had not all 4 Buckeyes going in the top 10, and he explains maybe why he has 1 Buckeye pseudo slider. That's next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
We're going to Minnesota to find Moonlight Graham.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See Club for details.
Colin Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No. New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
I'm Roger from Columbus. I've lived in Ohio all my life. Owning your home is a cornerstone of the American dream. But for seniors, property taxes keep going up and are costing us everything we've worked for. They're even making it impossible for my grandkids to afford their first homes. Vivek Ramaswamy believes when you own your home, you're in charge. As governor, he'll roll back property taxes to levels from before the end of the pandemic. It's a practical plan that will put thousands of dollars back in your pocket next year while maintaining strong education and dependable police and fire. Ohio's politicians have ignored this crisis for too long. But Vivek Ramaswamy isn't a politician. He's an entrepreneur, and he's ready to fight for you. Ohio needs a leader who makes your life more affordable. That's Vivek Ramaswamy.
Lower costs, bigger paychecks, better schools. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Sabres. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine for us today. A beautiful day ahead and warm with highs in the mid to upper 70s and breezy winds. We get mostly clear skies tonight with our lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we will see a partly sunny day with chances of showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening. Winds will be breezy and highs in the mid 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Anthony's hidden talent is weaving a movie quote into every conversation. It's mostly not annoying. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Shout out to my man, Matt Barnes, NBC4. who every year reminds me with a picture that he played Augusta not once but twice. Now, he used to work at Augusta. My guess is he won the lottery.
Oh, he used to work there?
I think that's how he got there.
Okay.
That he worked in Augusta. I'll get the details. And my guess is that he won the media lottery. There's a media lottery, and guys get to play on Monday. Now, when we have Shed on, I always ask, because he's played it too, and I think there's a rule now, and maybe that wasn't when Barnesy played it, that if you won the media lottery and got to play Monday, you didn't get, if you won it again, or you weren't even eligible to win it again for another 7 years or something, or more than that. There's a big, you cannot just keep winning it.
Okay. We had a good interview yesterday with Dave Shadlowski.
Yeah.
It was good stuff. Go check that out if you want a little Masters preview. I know we're off and running, but it was some good stuff. TLC, I need one more gong because I didn't get to this out of the gate because AR mentioned that he had been there twice. We did not fire the gong for the Masters hat that's on, so we need one of those. He's rocking it. You can see that chat on the YouTube camera right now. Ayers, it's fire too. I love it. I love that you went with the black one.
Yeah, I did.
That's probably
the break the gong. We might need to break out the backup gong.
Every time I see Barnesy in this picture on Twitter, I always I try to write something stupid back to him, but he's got a glove on. He's got golf shoes.
Okay.
He doesn't have a putter in his hand, and there are no clubs to be seen. Now, I'm pretty sure he played it, but I always say to him, you're out there without...
Where the clubs at, big dog?
Clubs. I see people back there on the green. He's on the Hogan Bridge, so I'm not going to question it too much, but... Now, we're getting into AI territory, so...
But he's been doing this before AI really kind of took over the social media space and the world and all that.
Photoshop existed.
Matt Barnes, he gets to live a nice life. Because every time I look up, I think he's traveling to the Olympics and this sporting event, man. The man's all over the place doing a good job, so credit to him.
All right, so
awesome.
I retweeted it.
Good.
I said, I hope you fell into Ray's Creek twice. Going and coming.
My fortune of playing is there any chance that playing the course means that he was a caddy and kind of was a background dancer?
Don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think he got it.
The hacking around a little bit out there?
My goodness. All right, well, it is a tradition unlike any other, and I'm starting to love it. I look forward to it now.
He doesn't surprise me. How long has this been going?
At least
10 years?
15.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Well done, Barnesy. I hope you keep tweeting me till we're very old. I'm already gray, so we're old.
Twitter.
Will that exist? Who knows? All right, Peter Schrager slipped the Buckeyes a little bit. Not horribly. We talked about this with Carp. This wasn't a massive injustice or some disrespect. And the more I read, and the more, everything's a crapshoot with the draft. And as much as we'd like to see all the Buckeyes go in the top 10, he had two of them at 11 and 12.
He had Carnell Tate-Ar, to your point, going down to the 305 and suiting up for the Miami Dolphins in this hypothetical mock draft at 11. And then he had Caleb Downs, the All-American safety, going one spot after that, down to Jerry's World and becoming a Dallas Cowboy at 12.
I certainly, don't you believe Arvell Reese is a lock for top 5?
Feels like we're headed that way.
So if he's a lock for top 5, where would we put the floor for, well, we talked about who's going to slip. Or who could slip. He's got the one slipper. Is there sound on that?
So he was, I'm sure he got a lot of reaction to this because Peter Schrager isn't really a kind of film breakdown guy. Because I actually think guys that do mock drafts like this that are, quote, reporters more than they are like a Dan Orlovsky where I'm breaking down the tape, to me it's kind of what they're hearing. Right, like the people that they're talking to more so than, hey, I like this guy's ability to, tackle or stop the run or whatever it may be. And so he was asked about the, quote, I guess, slide for Caleb Downs down to 12, and here's his explanation.
So last year when I had Booker going in the first round, I caused a lot of problems with Cowboys fans saying there is no way. They're certainly not taking offensive line, and then they took offensive line because I knew that they loved him. Downs, I look at their new defensive coordinator, and I look at what his specialty is. It's defensive backs And I'm telling you, I know Christian, he is a 34-year-old who is all about creativity, high energy, and smarts. Caleb Downs, Matt Patricia told me, when he joins whatever team he joins, he will immediately be the smartest player on that defense and the face of the franchise. Oh, that's a pretty good, recommendation. I think that's fairly nice. No one thought he could possibly slip out of the top 10. I look at this draft, and I look at the positions and the values and what these teams need. Safety has almost been a luxury for a lot of these teams as they view the draft, and I point to Kyle Hamilton, supposed to be a top 10 pick, goes 14. Derwin James, supposed to be a top 10 pick, goes 18. You look at any mock draft last year, Nick Emenwari was going in the first round. He falls to the second round. So by the trends, I don't necessarily think a team is going to take a safety in the top 10 above an elite corner, above an elite pass rusher, above a wide receiver, if they have needs at those positions.
All right, so let's be honest. The sound effects were from you, not from somebody he was talking to, correct?
Oh, correct. Okay. I played the gong because he began his point talking about, hey, remember last year when I nailed the Cowboys pick? No, but I'll take your word for it. And then the boing was about him saying, I talked to Matt Patricia, and he told me that Caleb Downs is going to be the smartest player on any defense he walks on to. Yeah, I'm sure that his defensive coordinator loves him. Yeah, good point. Okay. His final point, though, was actually like good football talk, where he said that there have been a string of safeties in recent years who have been seemingly underdrafted compared to what mock drafters placed them as. And
I'm happy about it. Because one of those guys is suiting up for my team on Sundays, and he is awesome.
And you could also probably say Malachi Starks fell a little bit further.
He was the only safety, I think, that was taken in the first round.
Last year?
Yeah.
Out of Georgia?
Yeah.
I don't think there was any other. I think Peter's betting the trends. I think he's right. We've talked about this. It's not that he could be one of the best safeties in the league. It's where you value safety and what team is going to value that the most. Could he slip into 11, 12 range? Of course he could. Like, no one's going to, and it's not going to be disrespectful if somebody doesn't take him in the top 10, even though people do say, arguably, he's maybe the best defensive player in the draft.
And can't imagine Bengal fans would love that scenario, because going back to Peter's mock draft, he would have the Bengals obviously passing on him to go with Mansour Delane at corner. So still in that defensive back realm, but I have to imagine like Bengal fans are on the clock and they're seeing Caleb Downs still sitting there in that draft war room. There are going to be a lot of them at home saying, give me the former Buckeye, because you know what he is.
Bain Jr.'s there, though.
Over Caleb Downs?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can go, well,
look at what they did last year,
Caleb
Matty.
Feels safer to me than Bain.
Shamar Stewart was last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So think about last year. They were taking a shot. I think they need a sure thing.
And that's
defensively.
Caleb.
And that may be the high floor of that defensive in the secondary, that Caleb Downs, I don't think you can, there's no bust there. He's the kind of talent that they would want in that back end. And if he's one of the best safeties in the draft and can be the best safety in the league, then that's certainly a weapon that they would entertain. I do think the Bengals, when they go defense, and they really should unless Jeremiah Love slips, that they're going to try to take someone that's going to be a true tone setter, a high floor, almost a sure thing defensively.
I wonder, with Al Golden right now and looking at that unit specifically, do they feel like that's an absolute need after investing in Brian Cook this offseason, a vet that came over from Kansas City that's played some good ball for them, and then a few years ago drafting Jordan Battle in the third round. Now, maybe they look at Caleb Downs and look at Jordan Battle and say this is an absolute level up, but because they've already invested there this offseason, maybe Schrager has talked to some people in that building, and maybe they're saying, hey, you know what? We do need a little bit more help at corner. And after what Delane did at his pro day and kind of quieting a little bit of the noise around the injury stuff, that they may be leaning more corner than safety right now if the board breaks that way.
That's fine. They need help in the secondary. That's what they need. They have to fix it. And if Caleb is there, my gut is they take him. My gut is if he's there at 10, that's a big hole on the roster. He can play the slot. Like, I think that they would take him. You said Battle and Cook there. Now all of a sudden you've Band-Aided the secondary and you feel a lot better about where you could be. All right, we're going to come back and we're going to talk with Ryan Roberts and get his opinion on exactly what we talked about. Caleb Downs, his floor, his ceiling, and a lot more in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit payment on 26 Elantra SC, $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and $430.
Aviators football returns Friday, April 17th, 8 p.m. kickoff. The first 5,000 fans through the gates take home a free team flag. Grab your tickets now at UFLaviators.com. United we fly.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Mortgage rates have dropped, and the best news is they're expected to go down even more. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. If you've been thinking about buying a new home, now is the time. And with Third Federal's Buy Now, Refi Later program, you don't have to wait for rates to drop again. You get the guaranteed lowest rate now, and if rates drop later, even after you close, you can refinance to a lower rate for free. That's right, for free. And now with Third Federal's early rate lock, you can lock in the guaranteed lowest rate even before you find a house. So you'll always have the best rate. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today and lock in the guaranteed lowest rate.
Right now at Third Federal, lock in 5.99%, APR 6.02% on a 30-year fixed rate purchase mortgage and refinance later if rates go down for free. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for buy now, refi later. Lowest rate guarantee and early rate lock at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
These two have a ton in common. Anthony loves hockey, and Matty's always cold. This is Rothman and Ice.
Quick Masters update for you. Cam Young, a lot of people's pick to click this week is tanking out of the gate at +4. There's always somebody that's going to ruin that damn parlay, right? All right, let's get back to the NFL draft and talk to our friend Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports, and he's with us now. Snap, crackle, and crunch on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fangest Hotline. We may have to clean this up a little bit, TLC. Why don't you pot that down and hop on the line with Ryan and see what happened there?
Yeah, it sounded like it was like in outer space somewhere. It's crazy. What's going on there?
I'll be very curious to see what he has about our feeling on what the Bengals would do at 10. I don't think they complain about if Bain and Caleb are there. That'd be a great problem to have.
Yeah.
It's good to go? No.
Not good to go.
Right.
All right.
All right. Hop on the horn with him and see what happens. Call him back. You know? Whenever you're on a cell phone with somebody, Matty, and it's your like the call drops and nobody knows why. Are you the guy that calls back, or do you wait for that person to call you back? You're driving, the call drops, you don't know why. Most people, and this is what I've learned, most people, it's like almost an ego thing. It's like, well, it couldn't have been my phone.
Did I call them first, or did they call me first?
I never even thought about that.
I don't even know
you're
if that,
factoring that into the equation.
I just thought of it. I don't even know how much that matters or should matter. But I usually call back, and then you usually get like sent directly to their voicemail because they're trying to call you. So you're kind of like blocking each other and getting there.
Let's see.
So I'll call back.
I think we called him back. Ryan, you good now? We got you?
I hope so.
There we go.
So. Sorry about that, guys.
No. It's all not beyond your control, man. We're going to start with Cincinnati at 10, and we're going to presume they stay there because they always do. So you tell me, if Caleb Downs and Reuben Bain Jr. are both there, what should they do? What will they do?
Oh, that's a great question. I would probably defer to the edge rusher just based upon positional value a little bit. And it's not necessarily a knock against Caleb, because I think that Caleb is a awesome football player and brings a really high floor to the table, which I think is also needed for Cincinnati right now. Like, I just feel like even though he's a younger guy and a rookie, it's going to sound weird, but like they need just kind of more adults in that room, guys that you kind of have an expectation and are more consistent. And so I think Caleb would be a good pick at 10. I just think if the edge rusher position, even though Bain has some question marks and some flaws, I think just that difference in just how valuable that position is that you go for the edge rusher more often than not if the grades are similar.
So there's just so much, hype around Jeremiah Love right now, what he's going to be. And, one of the teams that seems to be attached to him, over the last couple of weeks is Tennessee. I want to ask you this, Ryan. Do you think that's an ideal fit for him out of the gate? And if it's not Tennessee, where could he go and have some immediate success in your opinion?
Yeah, I think the three most likely probably right now are Tennessee at 4, you have the Giants at 5, and then the Commanders are at 7. I think that those are probably like the most likely destinations for him right now. Tennessee is probably the worst situation out of those three, which is kind of interesting to say, but I also don't think it's a horrible situation because I actually think the offensive line needs to add an interior offensive lineman throughout the draft. But otherwise, I mean, you have your 2 starting tackles, you have your left guard who's a heck of a player in Peter Skoronski, and you have a second-year quarterback that they're investing into the wide receiver room that should hopefully bring some lighter boxes than what we saw last year for, like, Tony Pollard. So I think it's not a bad situation, but I do think that, like, the Giants is interesting with Harbaugh now there, and you know that they're going to be very run-first and physical and a lot better in the line of scrimmage than they were previously. And the Commanders, I think, is really interesting if Jaden Daniels could stay healthy because he naturally, with his athleticism and his ability to work the RPO game and get the ball out, that lightens boxes just in effect. So I think that Washington would probably be like the number one spot that I'm like, I think that's a pretty seamless fit for him, followed by the Giants. And Tennessee's probably third, but I really don't think either one of those spots are a horrible spot for a guy like a Jeremiah Love.
So the Browns are sitting there at 6, and let's go on the hypothetical that they stay, and their offensive line was an absolute wreck, and they've had to kind of overhaul that. So they've done a little bit of work there, and I don't see maybe Freeling is the guy from Georgia, but there's temptation with Carnell Tate. And if he's available at 6, do the Browns look to pair him with Judy or still go and try to fix their O-line?
So I think Carnell Tate is the point break on that situation because I think that if he's there, it's going to change your ideology a little bit because I actually think that some people around the NFL right now, and I think like Dane Brugler and a couple other people have kind of hinted at it in the last couple of days, but I actually think there's a shot that he could go inside the top 5. So if he's there at 6, I think it kind of changes your formula a little bit. But I do think that it's going to be an interesting conversation of like fits for the offensive line because, like as you mentioned, like they strengthened the interior a little bit. They got Titus Howard, who's a right tackle, right? So like you have kind of solidified the right side in theory. You just need a left tackle. And Monroe Freeling, who I think has all the upside in the world, I actually think that just conversations I've had recently, it's probably more likely that he kind of goes more in the teens than he does probably top 10, most likely right now. So outside of him, though, you don't have like a bona fide easy answer at left tackle that's going to go inside the top 10. Like Spencer Fano played left tackle as a freshman at Utah, but he's been a right tackle the last 2 years. And then, do you want to force a Caden Proctor at that point? It's like I personally wouldn't do it, but I do think that Proctor's a guy from Alabama that's going to go a lot earlier than we're kind of figuring right now. So if he ended up being like the pick at 6 for the Cleveland Browns, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked at that situation. But I do think if Tate's on the board, I think that that's actually kind of an easy selection. Honestly, it might be best for the Browns to just kind of have that out of picking an offensive tackle at 6 because I actually think the board could be a lot more advantageous as a 24 if you're trying to find a left tackle.
Let's slide down to 21 and talk about Pittsburgh and specifically this hypothetical of if Ty Simpson is there, and let's say even Aaron Rodgers has committed to them to be their guy at least for one more year, would you deem him worthy of that type of pick for Pittsburgh, or should they pass and maybe go somewhere else?
Pittsburgh's so weird because they're just you have to think like they're kind of desperate for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like you can wait on Aaron Rodgers all you want, I guess, but like you just don't have a future at the position, and you have a new head coach that I would certainly think would want to turn the page and have a future, or at least a more tangible future, but I personally just wouldn't. I know there's, again, like a lot of people like Todd McShay and, who have a good voice in the industry have been kind of pounding the table that they think Simpson's going to go in the first round, and he might very well do it, but like I just have heard some very conflicting reports on that, or conflicting opinions on that, I should say, from people that I know. So I'm going to say that he actually doesn't end up going in the first round. I guess that might be a semi-hot take at this point based upon a lot of the recent conversation, but I just, a 15-game starter, a guy that does have a smaller frame and his body was breaking down on him down the stretch of the season, and in his last 5 games of the year were his worst, So like I don't know. I could be dying on this hill and be completely wrong, but I actually think there might be more hesitation on pulling the trigger on Ty in the first round than maybe some people think.
We are talking with our friend Ryan Roberts, NFL Draft, A to Z Sports NFL. All right, so let's go on the hypothetical that the Browns go offensive line up top, or they don't take a receiver because they feel like maybe they can get one later at 24. There's depth there, and if they go lineman then receiver and stay at 24, who do you think they could get there?
I think one of the more fascinating just people to kind of watch in this conversation is just how comfortable the league is with Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. I mean, if you told me he was the first or second wide receiver off the board inside the top 15, I wouldn't be shocked necessarily, and the medicals came back clean. Like I had kind of reported that after the combine, that like from the people that I had spoken to around the league, like the medicals came out well during the combine process. But the problem is that it can come back clean all at once. He still missed 18 games. You know what I mean? Like the durability issues are still very much there. So I'm fascinated to see if he slides a little bit, and he might be within that range, possible. But I would say most likely you're talking about like a Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M, who's obviously the after catch threat. Omar Cooper Jr. maybe goes a touch higher, but like I do think that KC, Denzel Boston, if you just want a bigger body type, there's certainly going to be an attractive board if you just want to stick at offensive line at 6 and then wait for 24, because I do think that it is a pretty deep wide receiver class, as it seems like it is every single year at this point now.
Let's focus in real quick on Kansas City and their 2 first-round picks. So when we get done with the first round next Thursday, and you find out what Kansas City has done, what, in your opinion, would be a successful body of work for Andy Reid and company with those 2 selections?
I mean, I think one has to go to the defensive line. It could either go interior. I think it could be a guy that partner on the other side of George Karlaftis and help out Chris Jones. And I think the other thing is a secondary, right? Like you overhauled your entire secondary. You lost Brian Cook, and you traded away Trent McDuffie. You lost Jalen Watson, and Joshua Williams. You are reloading the secondary. So I think if you come out with, let's say, a Ruben Bain at 9, potentially, or you take one of the top 2 corners in Mansour Delane or Jamal McCoy at 9, and then on the back end, I think they pick like 29 or something like that. If at that spot you draft a player, vice versa, like if you go edge there at the top and then you get a Colton Hood, let's say, out of Tennessee, or if you go the other direction and you decide that you want to get a Nakeem Mesidor or somebody like that, Keldrick Falk, if he falls that way, I think that would probably be an interesting formula. But either way, no matter how you slice it, I think you need to get someone on the defensive line with one of those top 2 picks, and you need to help out the secondary with the other. Like those spots scream to me of like they need that desperately on both sides of it.
Great stuff with our friend Ryan Roberts. That's awesome, man. Enjoy the week. We're 1 week out, bud. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
You too. Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, we'll come back. We'll stay with college football. Urban Meyer on turning the tide at Ohio State. That's next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank Spirits, but the food is just as good. Brunch worth planning your weekend around. Seasonal dinners perfect for date night or game night. Plus, kids eat half off every Monday. Find menus and locations at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have 0-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
When you are a member of Tel-Ohio, your money works harder for you. Lock in 4% APY on a 24-month CD and watch your savings grow with a credit union built for its members. Visit telohio.org to learn more.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership open to anyone in Ohio. Restrictions apply.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, will foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Now is the time to call Comer & Cross and transform your garage with a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. Maybe your garage floor has exposed concrete with stains and cracks or a bad epoxy or paint job. Well, a new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your entire garage in just one day. Now, here's the great part of this whole story. If you call them right now, they're going to take 50% off installation. Yeah, that's right, 50% off installation from Comer & Cross when you call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. Plus, they make it easy. They'll take your stuff out of the garage for you. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly like it's a new garage floor, and then they'll apply the proprietary finish that you pick. Yeah, I said it. They'll fix your cracks and pits. What's wrong with that? That's what you want. So call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to get 50% off installation. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
With all that can go wrong at your home, it's enough to make you want to say, oh, brother. With Brothers Roofing and Construction, one call covers it all. Roofing, siding, rotting decks, we cover it all. So visit us online at brothersroofingconstruction.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
3 people, 3 different kinds of joint pain, 1 decision to do something about it. The solution, not surgery. It was QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
I wanted to use my own body to hopefully regenerate and get rid of that pain. So it's been 3 months and my back is significantly better.
The pain in my knees was pretty severe, so I came here, and even after the first treatment, I noticed an incredible difference. If you have pain in any part of your body, this is the place to go.
I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and I couldn't play with my grandkids. That's why I made the decision to come here to QC Kinetics, and it was the best decision that I ever made for my own health. This works. Don't do surgery.
Finally, relief for 3 real patients. Lives transformed through QC Kinetics non-surgical treatments. Your story could be next. Call for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Have you ever met a man who wins money betting on tennis? Enter Scotty Vegas. Join Scotty and Dave Biddle for On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Sunday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Anthony can follow direction very well, as long as he first prints out MapQuest. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
When Urban got here, and it was a wild time, right? There's a lot of pessimism in the Big Ten, and obviously there's pessimism at Ohio State, and Luke Fickell was running it, and they hired Urban before Luke even got to that Michigan game, and I remember just how intense that was. Pardon me.
What'd you eat today? You got a little.
I don't know.
Lot of
just
that
a little
going
gravelly.
on today.
A little gravelly.
Okay.
A little spring, gravel going on.
I had to pop a little Claritin earlier, man. It is that time of year. Maybe you need to do that. You have bad allergies? Has that ever been a thing for you? Okay. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Because I get the dry eyes and red eyes in the morning and all that. It's brutal, man.
Oh, I got the dry eye.
It's the worst.
I don't think it's an allergy.
Congestion, all of it. Since I was a kid, because I get bodied by allergies this time of year.
I know that lavender, those lilacs in the air,
pollen.
That pollen
sounded like SIVO.
Hello.
Exactly. Hello. So, I remember thinking that if they hadn't hired Urban yet, and Luke would have beaten Michigan, there would have been a lot of pressure. Former great player takes him through Michigan, and all of a sudden be like, okay, we got our guy. But they hired Urban. It was a preemptive strike. They hired Urban because they wanted Urban, and this would have been a good problem to have, but they almost didn't want to wait to see if Luke beat Michigan, because then that would have created a little bit of an issue. But Urban was hired. And Luke finally had hit the wall, man, intensity. I remember that. There was one soundbite where he's like, everyone just kept asking him about the job. And he was like, listen, all I know is, my ass is going to be in Ann Arbor, it just blew. And Urban wound up keeping him on the staff, and it was kind of a nice smooth over because there was that feel. You had a legendary player. He was shepherding the program through a tough time. They almost beat Michigan, didn't, and they kept him on the program. But the highest rated team in the BCS standings back then was Wisconsin. And no Big Ten, there was going to be no Big Ten team in the national championship for, I think, the 4th straight year. And Penn State had the scandal. So weeks before that, Joe Paterno got fired. And here Ohio State's going to their first, hear me correctly, 7, you guys can double check this, first 7-loss season.
6 and 7?
Before the 1900s.
Yeah.
All right. And
doesn't happen around these parts.
So that's where they were. And then you get Urban Meyer, who was, in my mind, and a lot of Buckeye fans' minds, public enemy number 1. You hated him. Everybody did. Until he was yours.
Your guy.
And
absolutely.
He provided, when it came to recruiting, he lit a fire under these coaches. There was no handshake agreement. Even D'Antonio was all over him. Like, what are you doing poaching my guys? Like, I got an agreement with this guy. And Urban was like,
don't care. Trying to win.
When he's there, I'll leave him alone.
Trying to win at the highest level, yeah.
So his impact on the league was incredible, right? The 3 Big Ten titles and all that. And obviously he bailed out in a interesting time. Certainly he was undefeated against Michigan and provided the soft landing in a very turbulent time. And he went through a 3-game suspension, and Ryan Day gets the TCU game and wins it. And it was a wild time. So Urban Meyer was talking about that on his Triple Option podcast, and the effect that was really felt with Urban Meyer was on the recruiting trail. It was number 1. And I remember talking to a lot of former Buckeyes about this, skill guys, and saying, do you think he'll be able to get the guys from the South to come up here, skill players, to play this kind of football in this kind of weather? But his scheme and his style was, we are going to spread you out, we're going to make you cover every inch of this field, and we're going to get the ball to our best athletes in space, and good luck. And that's what he did. And he was talking about recruiting and what really turned it for him.
I'd like to think we at Ohio State were a big part of that. We went from saying, let's compete in the Big Ten. I said that to our staff, and everybody said we are no longer. We called it the chase. You know who we were chasing? Alabama. In 2012, we went undefeated, and I went down and watched Alabama just beat the mess out of Notre Dame. And I said that our team would get crushed by Alabama. And I challenged every player that night on the phone, every coach, and we recruited nationally from that point forward. And so we're going to go get the best players, not just the local players.
Mm-hmm. It's a very cliche, Maddie, build a fence around Ohio. Yeah, for the greatest of all of them.
I've never believed in that. Like, I don't think that needs to be the end-all, be-all. In the similar situation to where there was some pushback from some former players about the Michigan game and all that, and you need more guys from Ohio. I was like, okay, like I think that's fine. You obviously want the good players to stay here, but go get the best no matter where they're at. So that game that Urban's talking about, the level of physicality that he probably saw on display from Alabama and that crew is Eddie Lacy running downhill all over TLC's Golden Domers and Amari Cooper. And then you had guys on defense like Clinton Dix. And you go back and look at the guys that were drafted on those teams coming out of that 2012 to 2013 window for Alabama. And it's, Dante Hightower and Courtney Upshaw and Marcel Darius. These guys are first and second round picks, guys in the trenches. And he probably felt like, or questioned, are we physical enough right now? Do we have enough edge? And so I think that's the responsibility of every coach, no matter where you're at is to reset every offseason, reassess your roster, and feel like, okay, are we where the sport is going right now? And at the time, when you had Saban and those crews every single year coming out with just dude after dude on the offensive side and the defensive side, I think it was fair to question maybe at the time, do we have enough? And clearly he felt like they didn't, and obviously he went on and corrected that and went on to do some good things.
They got exposed. They got exposed when it counted in big games. I remember the Big Ten. I mean, there were a lot of years where the Big Ten would get to a BCS bowl and somehow they would get exposed. Mm-hmm. And he mentioned, even when Alabama played Notre Dame, they got exposed a little bit. And they kind of got labeled, and maybe TLC could weigh in on this. I remember in my mind, they kind of got labeled like they're a Big Ten type of team. Like they didn't get the kind of that universal freedom of, we're Notre Dame, we're on our own island, we're our own thing. They were kind of like, even though they weren't in the Big Ten, they were like, they play Big Ten football, and we can beat them.
Push them around a little bit?
Well, no, I think we can out-style them, out-athlete them, I think that was it. And I think Urban Meyer started it all, because I think he brought the mentality into this conference, and that they're going to recruit at a higher level. And I think people questioned it. I certainly was waiting to see whether he could get the skill guys from the warmer climates to come up to Ohio and play football and want to do it. But, man, there was a big difference. It started a little bit for me when James Franklin went to Penn State, because I thought, all right, here's an SEC guy. He's going to Penn State. I thought, all right, maybe. And he actually made some strides in recruiting, I remember. Michigan landed Rashawn Gary, and he had Micah, and they made some inroads, but Urban was the one that really took it to a whole nother level and challenged everybody.
Brought an edge.
Yeah. He brought a competition in his own team too.
Yeah.
No one was safe. Did you share that thought with Notre Dame?
Yeah, we definitely did have a Big Ten reputation, and I guess to a degree still do, because so many of our best draft picks come from O-line and tight end. And so we kind of just have that Midwestern identity of not being athletic enough on the perimeter, but being really good in the trenches. And so I do think that kind of lends itself to that. I have a little bit of a different takeaway, because I almost wonder, I have an opinion that I don't think a lot of Ohio State fans would agree with.
Save it.
But I think what Urban Meyer just said actually may prove my point.
Bring it up next.
We'll hear that next after a sports update. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save $15 on any oil change. Offer includes a free tire rotation, and you'll earn $7 toward your next service with Duramax dollars. Offer ends April 30th. See store for details.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service, so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.99% APR, 6.02% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Tom's Garage Door, Tom's Garage Door. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-5193. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-5193. That's 800-507-5193. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Round one of the Masters underway down at Augusta National. Your leader is Patrick Reed at -4 through 10 holes. Then 3 golfers check in at -3. Chris Wrighton, Sam Burns, and Tommy Fleetwood. John Rahm, Ludwig Oberg, and Chris Gotterup the next to tee off. Scotty Scheffler hits the tee box at 144. Down in Miami, they're in the top of the 4th right now. The Cincinnati Reds trailing the Miami Marlins 1-0. You can catch that over on the Fan 2. The Columbus Clippers in Worcester taking on the Red Sox at 6:05. It's the next biggest game of the season for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're in Buffalo tonight facing the Sabres at 7. Rick Bone is set on T-Bone and Tyvus. The Jet Greaves starts in goal. Pregame here on the Fan begins at 6:30. This one's sponsored by Green & Sons. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com.
Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, here's an update for you. I got your update right here. Freddie Couples has gone birdie to start the Masters.
The unk out there getting busy, huh?
His 41st Masters. 66-year-old Freddie Couples. Let's just start bird.
41, huh?
Bird
41 of these things.
One at 92.
That's bananas. Wow. Good for him.
BANANAS?
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Boom. Freddie Couples. Where does that put him? That puts him at like 10th.
So I got him tied for 5th.
Okay. Well, I got... Oh, tied. Okay, yeah. Ties count.
Where are we at with a Freddie Couples career earnings? Because we played this game yesterday with Tommy Fleetwood, and he hasn't even won a major yet.
The problem is Freddie played when there was money, but not money like this.
Okay. He's probably not hurting, obviously.
No.
He's not hurt. I don't know.
No.
TLC, I'll look this up. Let me look this up. Freddie Couples.
Chad.
Oh, yeah. Chad's outstanding. He knows everything.
Freddie Couples net worth.
Mm-hmm. Well, who did we ask about yesterday? Fleetwood?
Yeah, Fleetwood.
He was at like
Fleetwood.
60?
Yeah, with not a major.
I would say Freddie's half that. I mean, look at Nicholas and the money he could have earned.
I got you approximately 120. This is not career earnings. This is net worth.
Oh, net worth's different. Yeah, we can't count that.
I have his career, unless you guys want to guess. Does anybody want to guess career earnings?
30.
You're close. 22.8. Okay. You're in the ballpark.
But like TLC said, he's probably earned that and then some
endorsements
off
and all the other stuff. Yeah, he's getting paid to do. Absolutely.
Woo, that's something. All right, well, there's your, that's a big one, though. It'd be nice to have, I think there's just something special about if you can get one of these older champions to make the cut and be around for the weekend and get that Sunday walk up 18. That would be awesome.
Kind of that vibe that Tiger had in 2019, like that element of surprise, right? With a big name. We weren't really expecting to be hanging around. Tiger went on to win the thing in 2019.
Yeah, he was a contender. Freddie's not.
I'm just saying, like, where the body was with Tiger. So, like, he was kind of going through it and stuff, right? So that's why it was such a big surprise. But, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's like my boy Jose Maria. Oh, I lost my ball. He started 2 under through 3, and he finished 2 over today. Not horrible, but yeah, if you get an older champ, that would be pretty cool. All right, so let's hope Freddie. That's what we'll hitch our wagon to. Hope Freddie can be around for the weekend. That'd be pretty strong. Reed is 4 under. He leads. Fleetwood, your guy, is 1 back at 3. My guy, Shoffley, is now 2 under. He just birdied 10. Right, so that's kind of stealing one there at 10, so I like that.
I was a little nervous yesterday when I saw Tommy knock in one of those par 3s, and he got an ace. I was like, is he using up all the good magic, right? But maybe that's just the beginning.
He hadn't hit a green yet. Like, he aced
at
the par 3 contest. Like, he was horrible and then made an ace. Yeah.
Just in the rough,
he had no
bunker
fear of winning it.
Yeah. Just all over the place.
Just missed greens.
Yeah.
And because it was all about his kid, and his kids were there, and the whole thing was about Frankie, and could he get to the 9th hole in the par 3 and hit it over the water and be dry? He did, and he hit a couple in the water. And every year, and they made a huge deal out of it. ESPN, I felt so bad for this kid. Like, I mean, maybe it'll be good eventually. Like, he had all the bright lights, and it was all about Frankie Fleetwood. And is he going to make it over the water? Like, it was the little engine that could.
He sounds like he's going to be successful with that name.
It's an amazing
Frankie
name.
Fleetwood.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing something.
Frank in general gets you pretty far.
Okay.
That's kind of a name that can cut glass. You know, like Dirk Diggler, Frankie Fleetwood.
Oh, so you say like Frank sets a tone. Like, like a Frank
that
Thomas.
Announces your presence with authority.
Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt.
My name is Frank. What do you, is
that better than my name is Franklin? It's not hitting the same. When you put the Lin on the end of that?
It's just strong.
Okay.
Heavy consonants. Like
Frank.
Like, there's no way to say it softly. There's no way to say, my name is Frank. Yeah. No. Your name is Frank. Let me be frank with you. All right. Give me your take on
Urban's take.
On Urban, because I was looking forward to this.
All right. So
don't let us down.
I have contended that, as we are piggybacking off the topic from the last segment, where Urban Meyer said that watching what Alabama did in 2012 in the national championship game inspired him to say, wow, we're not on their level. We need to recruit differently than what we have been doing. We can't just be doing this, all the little homegrown Buckeye. I say homegrown Buckeyes like condescendingly, even though Ohio State was still even so like ranked in the top 10 all the time.
Better watch out. Joshua Perry won't come in here and body slam you.
Well, this would be more of DeVere and Dane, because this would have been pre-2012. So actually, if anybody were to be insulted, it'd be them. But even so, again, still very successful. I have contended in my lifetime that regardless of conference, regardless of geography, regardless of history, and easy for me to say I was born in 99, so just take my prime years of like middle school and high school. In my lifetime, Ohio State's biggest rival has been Alabama, not Michigan. So take away the 1 week of the year. The other 51 weeks of the year, Ohio State fans are more concerned with what the SEC is doing, namely Alabama in my lifetime, than what Michigan's doing. Michigan is a 1 week rivalry for the majority of my lifetime. Not every single year, because obviously Michigan has a championship in the past 3 years. The Connor Stallions stuff was big. So, yeah, there are, and losing 4 in a row, of course, that was like the story of the offseason. even coming off of your own national championship a couple years ago. But I'm making a general point about a long-term period of time. In my lifetime, Alabama's been a bigger rival for Ohio State than Michigan is, whether they play them on the schedule or not.
They would have the most national titles, correct, in your lifetime?
No doubt.
Yeah, so Alabama would. So you wouldn't be wrong. But I think Ohio State has more wins.
Okay, I mean, either way, I still think the national titles.
I'm with you.
Why don't we find out? Why don't we put out a poll? Have you, as a Buckeye fan, ever viewed any other program outside of Michigan as a bigger rivalry or something like that?
At times.
I think it has to be a leading question, though. I don't even think they're going to consider that.
You don't think Clemson, for a brief moment in time, when
Maybe.
they were winning natties in 16 and 18, and Ohio State had those games against them and dominating the ACC for a decade, and like that was big for a time.
This fan base in Columbus, Ohio, we're doing large sample size here. We're not doing, we don't cross out A's for Alabama like we do M's for. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking a 52-week calendar year sample size. By and large, Ohio State fans are more concerned with the numbers next to their name versus the numbers next to whatever your favorite SEC school to hate is, and work in the AP rankings. That is more of a concern. More energy is spent by Buckeye fans worrying about SEC AP poll rankings than Michigan throughout the year.
I want to find out. So how do you want to phrase this poll?
It's got to be a leading question because I got to have Alabama be an option.
Okay.
Did they cross out the M in Alabama?
Yeah, exactly. Or cross out the A in Michigan. But that's my take.
Thanks.
And send me.
Dom.
Yeah, exactly. You can send
my
messages
take.
to my Facebook and Twitter pages.
Twitter.
I contend that in my lifetime, Ohio State fans have spent more time being concerned about the SEC than Michigan.
Boy, it's a pretty broad question.
I know, and it's long term. And I know that we're coming off of last offseason where all we did was talk about how do you break the cold streak? You've lost to Michigan 4 times in a row. How do you break that? How do you break that? So all we talked about was Michigan, but
And on the other side of that, some of that window of time that you're talking about, Urban was just cleaning up against Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Like you felt good about it. Like you were, quote, worried about them to a certain degree because you respected the rivalry, but the comfort that was there because of what Urban and the crew were doing, you were kind of like, hey, you know what? We're just going to handle business again against those guys.
So I'm trying to understand the question itself.
I think
you're asking people if they believe.
It's more of a statement because I don't think they'll be honest. So I'm telling them how they feel.
Did they ever view, to your point, maybe Clemson or Alabama as a bigger rival than Michigan? At all in your Buckeye fandom? Were you ever in that headspace?
Yeah. Did they ever hate Bama more than Michigan?
And I
don't think so.
It's not totally fair because it's not just Alabama. It's like the upper echelon of the SEC collectively because it can rotate. Like a couple years ago was Georgia. LSU's had a couple years. Florida beat them back in back-to-back championships in 2 different sports. So it is kind of like one team versus a conference. But even when I say a conference, it's really like 3 or 4 teams within that conference.
Yeah.
But it is like a cultural thing.
Yeah. The problem is, so with Bama, it's all the natties. Like you get to the point where there's only so much. You can hate them, but there's only so much you can rip them for because they were winning. I mean, from 09 to 12, they were
cooking, man.
Yeah.
But this also goes back to our whole discussions last year about what's more important, a national championship or beating Michigan.
Yeah.
And there's Urban Meyer saying we're striving for something greater even way back in 2012.
I think the playoff lends itself to leaning more towards being the last team standing now. That the bigger picture when we're going through the BCS time and maybe you weren't good enough to actually play for a national title. So, and only 2 teams got to do it. So if you lost a game, you may have been out of it years ago. Mm-hmm. And then the Michigan game became more important because if you weren't going to go undefeated and play for it all, then all you had left was beating Michigan.
Yeah.
And now you can lose to Michigan, which they've proven, and relight the fuse and go on to win and be the last team standing and then be highly respected because of the gauntlet that you have to go through to win a title, especially if you're coming from an area where they were coming from that year.
So Arkansas is a ramp up.
Yes. All right, well, put that poll out. We'll get to that.
Out there. Get it out there.
And we'll come back and ask the question, is this guy still in play as far as a trade? We have some dueling reports. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron?
Yeah, Jerry?
Something is wrong.
Something's wrong?
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Thumping and bumping and jumping.
What is?
But it's not pumping.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry?
Yeah, Aaron.
Are we talking about your sump pump?
Yeah. Isn't it great?
Isn't what great?
I like the sound of it. Sump pump. Sump pump, sump pump, sump pump.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry, can you keep a secret?
Aaron, I'm as silent as a bank vault in Switzerland.
I kind of like to say it too.
Hey, I should invent a sump pump that lets you know when it's working.
How would it do that?
It would say, sump pump, sump pump, sump pump.
That's a great idea, Jerry, but a sump pump should be exactly like you.
How so?
As silent as a bank vault in Switzerland.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
There is nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy that time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. Here, let me help you. It's Bobby Carpenter, and Dr. Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office so you can go right along with your day. It's that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you're the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments can help every day. I have consistent pain in my joint, knees, hips, shoulder, back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to things that I love. I don't want surgery or a long-term recovery. I am at the end of my rope, and taking medications every day is just going to get me through the day. I don't want to do it anymore. So if you want to do that, go check out your free consultation over with my friends at QC Kinetics in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and in Gahanna.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
April is Autism Acceptance Month, and it's an important reminder that we must support and celebrate all students, no exceptions. That's what Ohio's public schools do. We don't pick and choose our students. We provide safe, welcoming learning environments for all, because public education matters.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept! And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Byrne. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine for us today. A beautiful day ahead and warm with highs in the mid to upper 70s and breezy winds. We get mostly clear skies tonight with our lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we will see a partly sunny day with chances of showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening. Winds will be breezy and highs in the mid 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Maddie's favorite show is Big Brother. Don't read into it. He's only watching strangers through hidden cameras. You're listening to Rothman and Creepy Stalker Guy.
Our friend Dan Dockich in about 11 minutes. We'll get his feeling. We'll wrap up college hoops, get his feel on Michigan, whether they're here to stay. They've set the agenda now, or whether they've just coached it better than most. All right. I've asked this question before. I always tread a little lightly with Shefty because I feel like I just keep banging on that door and trying to get some answers out of him on this. And there may not be any that really exist, but when Andrew Berry told reporters at the NFL's annual league meetings that the team is not trading their two-time defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett, it sounded pretty emphatic, like it was. And I always want to leave the room for he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And I don't, if someone called and anteed up and gave him the great offer of all time and he traded Myles, are people going to look at him and say, hey, wait a minute, you told us you weren't trading him? What he'd say is, this offer didn't exist when I said that. It'd be an easy defense to me. Now, there may be some Browns fans that would say, no, you said no, and you promised.
Can you refresh my memory on something? Did he give himself an out with the old, some of these GMs and owners can get, we don't intend?
No, I don't think so.
It wasn't any of that stuff
I think
going
he wanted
on?
to put an end. TLC might be able to find it. It was out there.
That's a way to where they can dance around stuff like this with how they use their words.
There was no intent.
Was this when Mike Tomlin, remember when Mike Tomlin
caused more smoke? When
he was asked about hey, I think it was the USC job or something like that, and he was like, there ain't a check big enough.
Yeah.
Move on. That was okay, we know where he stands.
No, I think Andrew sounded pretty no, none of this. Now, and by the way, he wasn't answering it. I think the question was about, hey, you restructured his deal and, you made it a little more flexible.
Well, it was interesting, too, because they restructured the deal. And then before that, we found out that the Browns were one of the teams or the team that wanted a new ruling on draft picks and how far out you can give up draft picks. And it was are the Browns trying to cook up this new rule around the NFL? That way they can get teams to come in on Myles and give them their, 2033 first or their 2034 first or whatever it is. So those breadcrumbs, they can't blame us for following that. When you make it easier financially based off of the restructure to move off a guy, and then you want the NFL to change a rule when it comes to draft picks and how far out you can use those. What are we supposed to think?
Yeah, no, I think he shut it down. I think that's if he found. Did you find it or no?
No. Andrew Berry has been zapped from the system.
Okay, it's all right. He was trying to shut it down. Hey, lose the grid or lose your job. Hey, shut it down. Shut it down now.
Here it is. I got the quote. If we wanted
Terminator 2. Terminator 2.
No. But I'm glad you picked up on that it was a movie quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll sneak a TV show in, like a Seinfeld's popped up.
Yeah, but
recently.
Sometimes he thinks it's an original.
Home Alone.
That's the best. When I can say something he doesn't believe is anything, he just thinks it's me.
Actually, it's more of the reverse at this point. You have a tone of voice that you get into and like a cadence when you're quoting a movie. But sometimes it's original material that just sounds like you're quoting a movie.
I like that even better.
It's the reverse.
All right, here's the bite. If we wanted to trade Myles, we wouldn't have needed to make a contract adjustment. So it doesn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
All right. Myles is a career Brown.
We know.
He is one of the faces of our organization. I think we've been very clear, both past and present, in terms of our feelings. I understand all the questions. I'll be honest. I don't really want to waste a ton of more breath on the topic.
Okay.
Career Brown. That's
Okay.
enough.
That's pretty strong.
Career Brown.
That's not
unless he's playing semantics.
That's right. So I'm leaving a little room for this.
Well, somebody else is leaving a little room for it as well.
Who's that?
Mike Florio, correct?
Yep, because there's some mixed signals going on. Oh, some This flag thing going on?
This flag thing that's going on.
We got mixed signals going on.
Mixed signals continue to emerge from Cleveland about the future of defensive end Myles Garrett. The team says he's not getting traded, and they're never trading him. But they redo his contract in a way that would make it easier to trade him. And then Myles Garrett doesn't show up for the offseason program, and he's reportedly not going to be there at all. It just feels like there's an opening. There's an opportunity for someone to make the Browns an offer they can't refuse. Think of it this way. No one has reported that the Browns are getting calls and slamming down the phone regarding the possibility of a Myles Garrett trade. And this is the time of year that calls are made throughout the league about anyone who could be, maybe, possibly will be available. So, not saying it will happen, but I'm not saying it won't happen either. And time will tell how long Myles Garrett remains with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. For me, the Browns, this is the march to Brook Park. Like, I would very much consider moving him. If I got this grand offer, I would do it. They've got 2 first-round picks this year. Trading him could give them multiple additional first-round picks. You start rebuilding either around Shedeur or Deshaun, or you get ready for whomever else you could maybe try to move up and get next year with all your ammunition. Although if it's a great quarterback, I don't know if anybody would move off of that if they're a quarterback desperate team. But he's 30. Like, he's 30, and it's not like he's got his entire future. Now is the time. I agree. Like, he's in his prime. He's still a game wrecker. He's still maybe the most feared defensive guy in the league. And they made a team to go all in, though. You need another team. You need a dance partner.
100%. I think if they opened up this possibility, I think they would have a bunch of dance partners. Like, I really would. Like, if they made it known, however they would make it known that we're open for business on 95, teams are coming to call. And we had Shefty on yesterday. I know TLC went back because we asked him about this yesterday.
Not much.
Just about, hey, is there anything there?
Well, I was like tiptoeing. Like, I know. Okay, because I know, Maddie, I was thinking, I'm either going to get one of these. Come on, guys. We've answered this before. But, this is something that is fluid. We've put to rest, or the Browns at least have put to rest, that they're setting up for some potential Garrett trade, that would be actually a very big upset if that happened, correct?
No, I'm not expecting that, yeah.
So compare that to the almost minute that Florio gave it of, it's a possibility. Schefter gave it 1 second.
He's not expecting that.
I think that's a very good, careful way to say it.
Well, not expecting that, but I know if you're a Browns fan, like, obviously you don't. Well, maybe they do. I don't want to speak for them. Maybe there is some Browns fans out there that are looking at where their team is and kind of being realistic of where they're going to be over the next couple of years and have the outlook of what you mentioned and the pathway that you were talking about, where it's like, okay, if this quarterback class next year is legit, we got to be in that mix. And based off of the way that their team feels like they're headed at least this year, they may already be there already. And so you just want as much, obviously, draft capital as you can to bust the move if you need to. But if not, then I don't understand. Well, I do understand, but I don't agree with the thinking of a team that's where they are right now, keeping a player like him.
His trade value has never been higher.
Back-to-back depoys. Thank you, Shefty.
In my opinion,
I agree. Back-to-back depoys. And like you said, that 30 numbers out there, and that starts to sound the alarms a little bit for owners and GMs and all of that. And so maybe they will change their mind. Maybe this is, hey, you get to the trade deadline, that window of time, you reconsider this, but then you're entering in the risk of injury and all that, right? So Florio's kind of leaning into him not being there for off-season workouts. To me, I'm not reading into that. I'm looking at the reconstructing and them wanting to trade, the change the draft pick capability and how far you can move out your picks and all that stuff. Like, that to me was a pretty big red flag.
I think Barry's playing this fairly smart in that he doesn't want to give a hint that he's open for business. And so, by the way, he can always work the media different than he works the back channels. Like, it's like for him saying, hey, he's a career Brown. We restructure this. That gives us some flexibility. This is not about making it easier to trade him.
I mean, he is Cleveland the Canton guy. He's the originator of that quote.
Barry was saying, like, if I wanted to trade him, why would I don't need to make a contract adjustment. I could have just traded him. But I'm not buying all of that because he wants to be smart about this. But if he is the face of your organization and you're paying him as much money as they're paying him, yeah, I could make the case that he probably should be there.
And they want to be in a world eventually to where a defensive player isn't the face of the franchise. We want that to be a quarterback. And it feels like maybe they're on the cusp of finding that. And I think what could help their chances is trading a guy like Miles.
Well, the only thing that Miles can't do, in my opinion, is request another trade. Like you can't publicly after what he did, and then he signed and then was all happy and everything, got all his money. The only way he could do that is if he played, and I'm not talking about playing out this year. I'm talking about getting traded before. Like, I don't know. I just think it would be a horrible look. He already went down that road of, I don't want to go from Cleveland to Canton. And then all of a sudden you're great with being a Brown because all the sacks of money. And now it's like, what would have changed his mind?
That we're not winning?
Yeah, but he already knew that.
But I'm saying to your point, I'm 30 and I want to go somewhere and win.
Well, then, then we won't be able to believe anything that comes out of his mouth. Well, we just won't.
And I don't even know how much that matters as long as he's a good player. You know what I'm saying? to me, who cares? He's a dude.
Yeah, I guess he's wearing your uniform right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, there are your dueling reports on it. Shefty doesn't expect it, and Florio says, don't be so naive.
From Carnell tape 40 times to that.
Dan Dockich in 2 minutes. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Yeah. Spring is here, and there's no better place to make memories than the Columbus Zoo. See tigers up close, watch playful otters, and see the baby elephants in action. For a limited time, take advantage of our Zoo After 2 p.m. deal. Plan your adventure at columbuszoo.org.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got it.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Now is the time to call Comer & Cross and transform your garage with a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. Maybe your garage floor has exposed concrete with stains and cracks or a bad epoxy or paint job. Well, a new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your entire garage in just one day. Now, here's the great part of this whole story. If you call them right now, they're going to take 50% off installation. Yeah, that's right, 50% off installation from Comer & Cross when you call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. Plus, they make it easy. They'll take your stuff out of the garage for you. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly like it's a new garage floor, and then they'll apply the proprietary finish that you pick. Yeah, I said it. They'll fix your cracks and pits. What's wrong with that? That's what you want. So call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to get 50% off installation. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Now you can watch Rothman and Ice.
Go to YouTube and search 97.1 The Fan.
Rothman is wearing the pancake makeup, so you might as well watch. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, that time of the week, we visit with our guy, Double D, Dan Dockich. Don't at me on Outkick, and no truth to the rumor that he's moving the show to Vegas. How was your trip?
Man, I won a lot of money. I'm not going to lie.
Where?
I won a lot of money.
Where and how?
On the golf course.
Okay.
Well, on the golf course, it's a Dockich Invitational. My son, who didn't go this year, but my nephew, my brother, a bunch of guys and their kids, we play old guys versus young guys. And, man, I'll say this for young guys. They don't have the respect for money that guy my age does. I mean, they'll bet anything. And, man, it's nice to have guys that can't play golf dead, think that they're good and like to bet. It funds a whole trip. So there you go. But I didn't really, we watched the Michigan game, and I didn't really, I'm old. I didn't get after it much.
You've said that before. You do it right. You go to Vegas, play your golf, have your fun, eat some good meals, and make sure you're not out there with the riffraff. The game was, I'm not going to say the Final Four was underwhelming, but it kind of was. I think we were ready for a heavyweight fight on both sides and really didn't get it. Michigan certainly built that lead. When Roddy Gale missed those 2 free throws back-to-back, and here's Caravan coming down, if he hits that 3 and cuts that to 1, we may be looking at a UConn-Duke situation all over again, but it doesn't happen. Give me your thoughts on Michigan and what they assembled. I think there's this thought that, okay, they paid $10 million for a roster, and maybe they did, but a lot of the guys that they got, all these transfers, Dan, it's not like they were ready-made stars on their previous teams, right? I mean, Dusty still had to stir this drink.
Look, I know I'm talking to you guys in Ohio State, Michigan, all that kind of stuff, but the idea that they fought a champion is ridiculous, because what they did was they participated in the system as the system is. And my school, Indiana, I mean, my guy told me they spent $10 million. They didn't make the damn tournament. I think coaching is interesting now. Like, people are saying he bought it. Okay, let's think about that. You know, a lot of these guys you mentioned, Mara, he wasn't a great player at UCLA. The point guard was just okay. The Luxembourg was a highly touted guy, but no different than when people would win with 5-star recruits like Krzyzewski was getting all the time. You participate in the system as the system is. And it's harder because you're trying to mold these guys, you know, in what? You get there, I don't know, maybe you get there in May, June, July, August, September, October. You're starting to play in November. Not like you got 2-3 years to mold guys. So I think what Dusty did was great. I don't think you're going to hear any coaches complaining about it, because coaches know. Jake Diebler knows that this is the system with which we are under. And, hey, if you want to whine about it, great, but it ain't changing. And if it does, okay, but it ain't changing anytime soon. I know there's legislation and all that, but still going to have to figure out getting the best players with the money that you have and molding that team or that group into a team.
So let's stay with that topic of coaching, because I'm sitting there the other day and the news comes out of Chapel Hill that North Carolina is rolling with Michael Malone. And I was surprised, Dan, honestly. Like, he was not on my mind at all to take over as the head coach for their basketball program. So hit us with your reaction to that news and what you think he can build down there.
Well, you know, I've always said this. When Mike Woodson went to Indiana, I said there's nobody that's ever been more prepared for that job. I'll tell you why. I mean, an NBA coach coaches so many situations. I mean, guys, you've got quarters, so you've got beginning of quarters, end of quarters, quicker shot clock, so more possessions. And Woodson was completely inept for whatever the reason. And you know what? So was Patrick Ewing. So was Chris Mullin. So was who's the other guy that I'm missing here? There was one other NBA guy. Juwan Howard. So, you know what? Coaching matters. Understanding the game matters. Now, Malone, common wisdom says the number one thing he better do is get North Carolina's bag a little more full. They need that bag to get pregnant. You know, they don't need that bag to be skinny with an eating, an eating problem, an eating disorder. That bag needs to be fat. First, get yourself a staff that understands the college game. But look, it's not rocket science. You know, if he gets a big enough bag at Carolina, if he gets what he needs, which is the renovation of the Dean Dome, North Carolina will be fine. But I'll also tell you this. I don't think any of these kids these days give a rat's ass about the beautiful history and tradition of North Carolina. They may like the Jumpman clothes. They may like the fact that Michael Jordan went there, but that ain't getting them play. Like Patrick Ewing told me, yeah, I'm Patrick Ewing. I'm at Georgetown. I can get a lot of grandmas. I can get a lot of dads. I can get a lot of aunts and uncles, but ain't no players coming here because I'm Patrick Ewing back in the 80s. So you got to get that bag. That, you know, 10 mil, whatever the number is, that has to be established first. Again, I'm just going by what people inside Chapel Hill have told me and what I'm reading, that they didn't have enough money. Hubert Davis didn't get support, and that sucks because Hubert Davis is one of my favorite people, and I don't agree at all with his firing. I think if you're going to fire this guy, if you don't get your money situation figured out, because this guy will be gone in 3 years too, because that is not a patient fan base.
Our guy, Double D, Dan Dockich, don't at me on Outkick here on Rothman Ice on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coaches need horses. They got to have the talent. But is Indiana looking bad now by not moving on from Mike Woodson and grabbing Dusty May and bringing him home. Like, they gave him the 4th year, right? And now it has come back to haunt him. Now, I'm not telling you that if they got Dusty, that suddenly Indiana would have a title today. I don't know that, because the commitment to the players has to go along with the coach, but they pivoted pretty fast, right? I don't think they want to embarrass Woody by firing him after 3 years. You and I talked about this with Maddie during COVID. I think we were talking about it even, like, where are they going? What are they doing? But how does the Dusty May, former Hoosier, student manager, how bad does this make Indiana feel?
Terrible. I mean, and then add on to it where you got a guy that they hired, DeFries, who's an introvert. He hasn't captured anybody's imagination here, and they just lost another player. No, I mean, no good. This, though, the great panacea is, okay, now go win. All right? You're here. But no, it looks awful when you look at the basketball program at Indiana, or really any basketball program that has had success in football, not in basketball. You say, why not? Like, the national championship flag is in Bloomington for football. Are you serious? Well, why not basketball? And you know what, guys? I've said this, and I don't know the answer. But I'll never understand as long as I live. And look, I took over a team. We went 3-4, so my bad. But I'll never understand why you can't win in basketball in Indiana. I'll never understand why Vanderbilt is a better basketball program than Indiana. I'll never understand. I don't care whether Dusty May's there or Dusty Springfield or John Wood. I'll never understand why Michigan has a better basketball program consistently over the last 25 years than Indiana. I just won't. It makes Indiana look terrible. It makes Scott Dolson, who made a fantastic hire, look weak, because by all accounts, and I don't know what's 100% true or what's 100% not true, but by all accounts, Quinn Buckner, who's running the search or running the university, he's the head of the board of trustees, he said we're keeping Woodson for another year. All right. Well, there you go. Because Dusty May wasn't, people think, well, a guy's going to wait around for Indiana. That's not how the world of coaching works, because guys in coaching know two things. One, somebody can go on a hell of a run, and he's going to get a long-term deal, so I'm not going to bank on going to Indiana. And two, you know what? You're never out of a job because somebody's like 2 losing seasons away. So, no, it makes everybody associated with that hire and that retention look terrible.
You love golf. I love golf. Dream foursome, you and 3 others, actors, athletes, family. You get to pick. This is one time, dead or alive. Dockage is playing with which 3 people in history?
If it's dead, I'm going with Jesus, Moses, and David. I want to get biblical. But if I'm going like right now, I'll tell you right now, I'm going with Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, and Elle McPherson. I don't need no coach telling me about how we ran it on 4th and 3. I don't need no business titans, fat ass. I want hot women. That's my dream foursome, big boy.
I thought originally your Moses call was good because if you hit it in the water, he can just part it for you. You'd be good to go.
You part it. And if, David was, he was screwing everybody's wives, so hell, he wouldn't mind whatever you did on the course. And, it is what it is. But, no, I'm going, But no, I had this question actually. They asked me on Mike and Mike when I was hosting one time your Thanksgiving dinner, and everybody said, "Boy, I'd love to sit with Belichick and Bob Knight and Parcells." I'm like, do you know how boring that would be listening to these 3 old guys tell you how great they are? No. Give me Halle Berry. Give me Jennifer Aniston. Give me Lee Ross, my wife, and let's go. Having a hell of a day.
Belichick. We're on to the mashed potatoes. All right, my friend. Incredible wrap-up. We're going to be hitting you up often this offseason. We can't thank you enough. It's been awesome. But you are a big friend of our program, so we will be ringing you up along the way.
Honored that you guys had asked me. Thanks, guys. See you.
Thanks,
Go
brother.
Hoosiers sometime, anytime. See you.
You got it. Dan Dockich on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fangast Hotline. Let's play that game, Manny. The dream foursome.
Okay.
Yeah. Think about it.
All right.
Think about that.
I'll have that for you.
Maybe tomorrow even. Masters Friday.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
I'm not going to commit to a foursome right here just off the cuff.
Then we won't do it tomorrow either.
No. Tomorrow I'll be ready. Buckeye Bulletin up next. And a big step for hopefully a big-time corner. You'll hear from him next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. I spent years on the mound giving everything I had, and now I feel every inning in my knees, back, and shoulders. But I didn't want surgery, and I sure didn't want to be sidelined. That's why I turned to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Christie and his team use regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No surgery, no meds, and no downtime.
Whether you're teeing off at the club or chasing the grandkids around, QC Kinetics helps you get back to doing what you love.
Call QC Kinetics now and schedule your free consultation. Natural joint pain relief with real results.
Don't let the pain slow you down. I didn't, and neither should you. My friends at QC Kinetics, they'll take care of you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This spring, take a break from interest with 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. 0%. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With Proof Credit ends 4/30.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
For more than 25 years, Brothers Roofing and Construction has been serving Central Ohio with dependable roofing, siding, and exterior repairs. We do the job right the first time. So if quality matters to you, visit brothersroofingconstruction.com.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll talk Masters with PGA professional Paul Hollenbaugh. Plus, we'll head down to Augusta with SI.com's Bob Harrigan.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Save up to 50% on new windows from windownation.com.
Well, I talked about this guy when we did our little social experiment on guys we're looking forward to seeing this year, and one of them for me is Devin Sanchez. We talked to Carp about him. Came in with the Buckeyes and rolled in January of 25. Well, we're in April of 26. So he's been around a little bit. He was a 5-star kid, one of the top guys in the nation. I think he's going to take a step again. He's going to have to because he's got competition in that room. But everybody knows this defense is going to be different this year with the guys they lose, the guys that are coming in. And he's going to have to be one of them, Maddie, to help this team solidify what they've become, which is one of the great defensive teams in the nation. Here's Devin Sanchez on how this year's defense will be different.
Like you said, different personalities. I feel like, we come together as a team. We got a lot of guys out there that talk. We got Earl Little, he talks a lot. Jermaine obviously is one of the sparks of the defense. And then, Peyton Pierce, he's taking that next step too. So I just feel like just a new group of guys. We all learn each other. And then, it'll help us come together.
They put their own mark on it, right? I mean, everybody knows it's a new year. And as much as they want to continue the tradition and the standards of the standard at Ohio State, that the pressure to keep it where it is. So if he moves into the starting lineup on the other side of Jermaine Matthews Jr., that'll be a big responsibility for him.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. Because I think the dream as a corner is you become the guy to where quarterbacks and offensive coordinators don't want to throw to your side, right? Like no matter where you put your best playmaker, hey, if I'm over here, nothing's happening for you on this side.
What's that line, Matty? You're only as good as your worst corner.
Oh, I like that.
Because,
yeah,
okay, you want to lock up half the field, we're good.
Go to the other guy.
Of course.
He can't cover, we're going over there, right? And so, yeah, I think you mentioned the recruiting status and whether, depending on what publication you're looking at, number 1 corner, number 2 corner, he was a 5-star across the board. He seems like he's absolutely got all the traits to be that guy. So that combination should be a good one. Jermaine Matthews Jr. has been around for a while. I think he is going to be expected to be the leader of that room and one of the leaders of the defense. And that's going to be a unit that I'm sure is going to wake up on Saturdays excited about some of the matchups that they're going to be stumbling into, right, with some of the quarterbacks that they're going to face. In week 2, they'll see Arch, and they'll see, Mayava for USC on the road and HOFer for Indiana, and then obviously Dante Moore. And so they're going to be going up against some quarterbacks that are going to respect their talents, but also have confidence in their abilities and their teammates to know that, while, yes, Jermaine Matthews Jr., Devin Sanchez, you guys are dudes in your own right, we're still going to test you to a certain degree. So I can't wait to see that. But for sure, Devin Sanchez, any guy that already has that talent out of the gate, you get him a little work in year 1. He gets in the lab throughout the offseason with the talent he already has. That should be a very, very productive player this season.
So you've got Calhoun there, Cam Calhoun, who's the kid that started for Utah, who transferred in, and then spent a year at Bama. So he's going to be there, certainly in the mix. And here's Devin on the next steps for him this year.
The steps I'm taking are watching more film, changing my habits outside of here. I feel like I've been watching, a lot of podcasts on, like my mindset and, career development, just a lot of things that I could take, and add to my day-to-day plan.
I like that. I like that it's, can be bigger than football, right? Like going to different avenues of life and sharpening all your tools, right? And the mental part of the game is almost as big as the physical, if not on that same wavelength. And so that's cool to hear, AR, that he's a guy and maybe some other guys are trying to carve out different pathways of success outside of, hey, I'm just going to throw a whole bunch of weight around or run, a whole bunch of 40s or, sprints out there on the field. I like it.
No doubt. This will be very big for Ohio State. They know what they have to replace defensively, and that's going to have to live up to those expectations. The schedule that Ryan Day has talked about, that you mentioned, the quarterbacks they'll have to face, and it's the level of competition is certainly going to be there for Ohio State. So I'm excited to see this secondary. I think it's going to be a big part of what makes or breaks this team.
For sure, and hopefully what you can pair with that is a good pass rush up front, right? And, you lose a guy like Arvell Reese and you lose a guy like Sonny Styles who can help you get home, along with Caleb Downs as well. It's big getting Kenyatta Jackson back. You saw what he was able to do last year, and so hopefully there's a leap there. But we can talk all day about the talent of these guys on the back end and in these corners. It's tough to cover for 6, 7, 8 seconds and all that type of stuff if you had the quarterback the ability to pat the rock and run around. And so that's what those guys are going to need, is sticky coverage on the back end and guys up front getting home and creating a lot of static around the quarterback.
You heard Devin mention Earl Little Jr., who signed with Ohio State out of the portal. just a couple months ago. He played a couple seasons down in Tallahassee at Florida State. He's got 1 year left. Here's Earl Little Jr. on where he's been playing this spring.
They got me in moving pieces. I'm not just at one spot, and I love it. Just being able to showcase my versatility. It's like plug and play. Wherever you need, that's what I'll be able to do, and I'll be able to execute at a high level.
You said that when you came to the Fan, didn't you? When they asked you, like, different shows, you said plug and play.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care.
Whatever you need. On the
Put
weekends.
Me on a volleyball show or whatever you want.
Did all that.
Yeah.
The NFL Hour. NFL Hour Tuesday night at 8 p.m. with Joshua Perry and CB. Tina Greens with Skip at 8 a.m. Like, I was willing to do whatever it took, man. Whatever
You were
it took.
co-hosting Tita Green?
No. He was just running the board. Yeah, Skip was never having that. He just made sure get me on the air, get us the commercial break. That's all Skip cared about.
Good bite from Earl.
It really is because Matt Patricia. You got to love that a versatile piece. You can move around in certain spots.
He's free safety at FSU, so
yeah,
play nickel here. I guess
it'd be cool, right? If you could have that chess piece to move around, maybe cover different guys or blitz or whatever it may be. That I think defensive coordinators and gotta love having dudes like that.
Okay,
just imagine Skip asking you for club recommendations when you're 155 yards out versus 170.
Let's go 8 iron. Yeah. Let's go 8 iron.
Maddie, what do you think I am, Bagger Vance? Pick your own club. All right, we're going to come back top of the hour and hit you with a sports update, get you all caught up on the Masters leaderboard, and then we put TLC in the Augusta pressure cooker. Will he come out on top for a power core? Find out next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Question from a listener. Do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
When we designed our Columbus Blue Jacket ticket plans, we designed them for fans like you. For fans who want to choose their games and their seats. And fans who need flexibility when their plans change. Columbus Blue Jacket season ticket plans. Get your tickets now at bluejackets.com.
Breathe. You got this. You got it.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win. And we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Family owned and operated. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Here's something you don't hear admitted very often. When you run a business with your family, you don't always get along with them. We argue, we debate, we have real conversations about the decisions that we make. But at Care, every conversation comes back to our priorities, doing right by our employees and our customers. Because when you treat your team like family, they take better care of the families they serve. And when you treat your customers the way you want your own family treated, trust follows. That mindset doesn't always maximize short-term profits, but it builds something better, long-term relationships. Today, more and more local companies are being bought by venture capital firms, where maximizing profits often leads to a sales-first mentality. Care is still family-owned and locally operated, so we can keep people, not profits, at the center of every decision. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-5193. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-5193. That's 800-507-5193. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Reds are on the radio.
And he caught it! No way! What a grab! Noelvi Marte!
Ellie De La Cruz is on his horse, and they're waving him to the house.
Suarez swings, he drives this. It is gone! Eugenio Suarez puts the Reds on top.
The quest for October baseball is underway. Hear all the action all season long on your home of the Reds.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.99% APR, 6.02% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Everybody is teed off for round one of the 90th Masters down at Augusta National. Your leader is Sam Burns at -5 through 16. Patrick Reed right behind him at -4 through 14. Your leader in the clubhouse, Hao Tai Lee, with 1 under par 71 for the day. Down in Miami right now, they're in the bottom of the 6. It's all the Miami Marlins. They lead the Cincinnati Reds 5-1. You can hear that over on the Fan too. The Guardians with an off day. They'll start a series in Atlanta tomorrow. It's a huge game for the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. They're in Buffalo to face the Sabres at 7. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal. Igor Zamula goes in on defense. Pre-game coverage on the Fan begins at 6:30. This one's sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Schedule today at thewaterworks.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program. This is a Gold Jacket Thursday. So at 2:30, the pride of the, you could pick anybody off the 85 Bears, but Dan Hampton, the versatile defensive lineman who had umpteen surgeries, good old country boy out of Arkansas, played at Arkansas, was drafted by the Bears in the top 4 overall back in the late 70s, played his entire career in Chicago, obviously won the Super Bowl, was part of the Super Bowl shuffle. He wasn't in it. I can't wait to ask him about that. He was one of the ones that wasn't in it, wasn't spliced in later and chroma keyed in.
He was out.
But
like, I'm good on
it. The dude was probably one of the more, not in Chicago, but most places, unsung.
You going to make it today?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried. Like, there's a lot of, like, phlegm go. That's like the 5th or 6th time.
Phlegm.
It just sounds like I'm just a little concerned.
Maybe strained a little bit.
Working so hard.
I mean, I hope I make it. We're inside of an hour.
And a whole nother show to go tomorrow.
If you guys want me to leave or allow me to leave, I can do it.
You got a lifetime contract here, sir.
I'm just going to leave now. I got the free hour to watch the Masters.
We're working you till the rest of time.
Sam Burns leading the Masters at 5 under. This is what I love about the tournament. Nobody really had him. He hasn't been top 30 there in a few years. He wasn't playing well coming in. Remember last summer on the back nine, he almost won the U.S. Open. When J.J. Spahn stole it, he got a bad ruling, maybe like a lift, clean, and play situation. And he hadn't recovered from that in a while. But here he is at the Masters at 5 under. Patrick Reed, former champ, at 4 under. I'd like to see Lowry hang in there. He's 3 under. Our guys are right there. Fleetwood's 3 under, and Schauffele's 3 under. So our 2 picks are doing pretty well. Jason Day, Central Ohioan, 2 under through 14. McIlroy, who had a little back issue. We weren't sure. There's only been 3 guys in the history of the Masters that have ever gone back-to-back. Jack, Nick Faldo, and Tiger. So if you're betting against history, you wouldn't bet Rory to win it again and go back-to-back. The great story right now is Freddie Couples, 2 under through 6. Keep it going, boom, boom. And he's not playing any senior tees. They all play the same tees. So we have a couple other names you'd probably be interested in. Spieth is 1 under through 2, so he's just getting going.
I'm looking at another kind of crafty vet lurking in the weeds, and Sergio Garcia. He's hanging around a little bit right now. 1 under. Top 12 on the board at the moment. Long way to go. But he's one of those names that's been around for a minute.
No doubt.
Been around for a while.
Yep. Now, since he won it back in 2017, he's missed like 6 of 7 cuts there. So last year he was gone, and he was playing well on Live before the Masters. So his game has been, it's always with him. It's one thing or the other. Usually it's the putting. And now remember, Sergio's he's 46 years old. He's not the...
So he's 46 and Freddie is 66.
That's right.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I'm glad you mentioned him because he won it back in 2017 and certainly got the monkey off his back. So, all right, we did this. I've done this with Maddie before, and we're going to do it with TLC. And we set the over-under at 9.5.
Yep.
You're going to get 18 questions amongst the Georgia Pines. Will he stand as tall as the Georgia Pines at Augusta National?
I wonder if, my mind works in this way, like the creator of this song, whoever orchestrated this song.
Dave Loggins?
What type of kickback have they gotten?
Kenny
Loggins?
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Footloose?
That's right.
Hey.
I don't know. That's just
can't get movies, but I can get music.
I'll look it up on my own time.
You're asking who composed this?
I'm curious. This is such a popular thing when it comes to this tournament.
You should be getting royalties and just living on Easy Street, one and done.
Right.
Like, I can retire off this song.
Right. I wonder if that's the case.
Boy, that would be great.
I don't know.
All right, TLC, here's the game.
Yes.
You can't look at the chat. Can't be on the computer.
He does have some homies in the chat.
We're not going to play. CB always gave us the old, don't worry, I'm not looking, but
he was looking.
Yeah.
He was looking.
So it's time
to be a good patron.
So here's the game. You're going to play hole or not a hole at Augusta. You may not be aware of this, but they all have names.
Okay.
And then, so you're going to get 9 questions on hole or not a hole. And then you're going to get 9 on golfer or not a golfer.
Okay, I like that.
All right. So should we alternate, Maddie, or let's do the hole names for the front 9 and the golfer names for the back?
I'm here for it.
Okay.
I'm here for that, yes.
So Maddie's going to keep score, and you've got to get 10 of the 18, however you get it.
I'm ready.
You can get 1 of these and 9 of the other and still be good. You're all power core. Give us your first sense on whether you had any idea right now on whether you have any idea. Have you ever heard of a hole name at Augusta? Do you have any kind of advantage here?
I've heard of one of them. However, I kind of thought that it was like a group of holes together that had a nickname. So now I'm kind of I definitely did not know all 18 had their own title.
Yes.
So that's not good.
All right. Okay, good. That's honest. We appreciate that.
But
how I felt last year.
This is a multiple choice. And when I say multiple,
50-50,
I mean 2.
Actually. It's 50-50, right? Yeah.
I have 2 choices,
right.
so I don't need to come up with them myself. I just need something to sound familiar.
Okay. Excuse me, it's what? It's fitty lemon.
Fitty lemon line.
There we go. All right, TLC, I believe in you.
Thank you.
I believe in you.
I'm also going to think like a producer and think, would Anthony come up with this by himself?
Channel this music and let it just shower over you. All right, your first question. Hole or not a hole at Augusta? Pink dogwood.
That is not a hole.
It actually is a hole. It's number 2. It's the par 5.
Okay. All right.
0 for 1.
Start.
Your next is Angel's Trumpet.
No way. Not a hole.
It's not a hole. He is correct.
Hey, he's on the board.
Count to 10, folks.
All right.
He's on the board.
You get 9 of these now. Now the question is, because I don't want to trend this out where, I want to jump around a little bit so I can kind of fool them a little bit. Carolina Cherry.
I am going to say that is a hole.
It is a hole. It's number 9.
Whew. Sounds like an ice cream flavor.
He's rolling, folks.
One that I'd try.
All right. Let's try another one. Where are we at? How many?
2 out of 3.
Okay. We've only done 3.
This is your 4th. Here we go.
Yeah. We may do the back 9 in the next segment. All right. Your next hole is Chinese fur.
I almost started laughing at that, and then for whatever reason, I pump faked, and now part of me thinks that's correct, but I'd like to go with my first gut instinct, and the first gut instinct was that is not a hole.
It's number 14, the par 4.
Oh, man.
It is correct. It is, or you were incorrect, but that is a hole. All right. As we continue, on hole or not a hole?
Why are you laughing, Maddie?
Flowering nectarine.
Because I'm immature.
Flowering nectarine.
Speaking of immature, that is not a hole.
He's correct. It's not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's already up to 3.
Not getting that one past me.
Okay. All right.
By the way, is that like a slight derivative of something?
It
like,
is.
It's actually flowering pomegranate, but you just switched the fruit.
It's actually flowering peach.
Hey.
I thought I'd get him.
See?
I didn't.
I'm thinking like a content
All right. He really is. All right. Evergreen.
Ooh. Simple. Classic. Not a hole, though.
Yeah, he read me there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was too simple.
Woo.
All right, how many more do I have to feed him here?
So we're on question 7 here, and he has 4 of the 6 so far correct.
So
Shooting
we're going
a
to
good percentage.
7. All right.
I should be better at the actual golfers than this.
All right.
Oh, so you're calling your shot.
Well,
here we go. Hole or not a hole?
I heard that.
Sweet olive.
Yes, that is a hole.
Incorrect.
Oh, well, nope.
Hole number 1 is tea olive.
Like I said, not a hole.
Okay. Maddie?
Yes.
Up to date. Give us the up to date leaderboard.
Question 8. He has 4 correct.
Okay. Needs to get to 10.
Yep.
All right. You get 2 more of these.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Soothing music.
Here we go. Hole or not a hole? Golden Bell.
Ooh. Sounds fancy.
Like a Chinese spot.
Sounds
I'd like to go to.
Uppity, perhaps.
Little bougie.
Little bougie.
Golden Bell.
Solid gold. If it were like solid Golden Bell. You know, they like
spent a month there one night.
They like things expensive. Gold is expensive. But there is no gold on the golf course, so I'm going to say not a hole.
It actually is the signature hole, number 12, the par 3.
Hey.
Great.
Last one on the front 9 of these questions.
I think I should be trending for it to come down to the very last question.
Okay.
This is a big one for you, right?
Yeah,
Here we go.
so I need to set. Hey, Ryan Day always talks about the middle 8.
That's right.
Exactly.
I got the middle 4.
All right.
Right.
The last one. Hole or not a hole? Nandina.
That is a hole because I have no idea how you could possibly come up with that one. I don't know what that means.
He is correct.
Okay.
So it might have been a little bit of a layup. I should have gone with something a little more crazy.
Should have gone with something actually in the
5?
dictionary.
He does have 5 correct.
He's halfway home. Actually, you are now on pace to win.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But just barely.
So when we come back in the next segment, TLC will play the back 9 of Augusta. And he will play, and you will play along with him. Golfer or not a golfer, and you have to be Scout's honor over there during the break.
I would rather lose than win by cheating.
I know. All right.
I take trivia seriously.
We'll do that next. This is not trivia.
I take
do that next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
The Cincinnati Reds have many famous firsts in baseball history, but on this date, April 9th, back in 1959, the Reds participated in a historic last. For this was the last time fans were allowed to sit on the field itself for a baseball game in the major leagues. For years, Cincinnati's Crosley Field was the only ballpark to permit fans to sit on the field when there was an overflow crowd. And the only time it happened was on opening day, when the Reds sold 35,000 tickets for a 30,000-seat ballpark. So the extra fans sat on temporary seats set up in front of the outfield wall on the steep terrace that Crosley was so famous for. But the practice ended after that 1959 opener, thus bringing to a close a long tradition in baseball on April 9th, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. As a longtime homeowner, I know how it goes when it comes to things that need to be fixed around the house and you just haven't gotten to them. Like maybe that leaky faucet that always has a drip. You think about it, but you never take care of it. And now it's just a part of the house. It's character. Maybe it's your windows that are always sticking and you can't get them open. So you just don't think about it. Who cares? Except now the weather's nice. You want to open the windows, and again, you can't because they're not fixed. Get new windows from Window Nation. They've made it easy to get top quality custom fit windows with their the more you buy, the more you save sale. You could save up to 50% off all your windows. Plus, you could get them with zero interest for 5 years. Did you know investing in your home is actually one of the best investments you can make, especially in uncertain times? Experts report that windows retain 80% of their value. Energy efficient, beautiful windows from Window Nation with great deals going on now. Schedule your free consultation at windownation.com.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2026 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10TV and The Fan to relaunch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes going above and beyond. We are calling on you to help us recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in your community to be recognized on 10TV and The Fan. Send in your nominations and stories to 10tv.com/raisetheroof. 10tv.com/raisetheroof. Nominate a local hero today and help us raise the roof for those who make a difference.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Last year, Eric Reeser and T-Bone staged the first annual Fan 5K. People had a good time and no one died. So we decided to do it all again. It all goes down Saturday, June 20th in Otterbein.
Presented by the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Will Reeser's muscular calves explode? Will T-Bone's beard choke him while running? More importantly, will Tyvis, Common Man, and Timmy make total fools of themselves? Maybe. Magic 8 Ball says signs point to yes. Register today at 971therace.com. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine for us today. A beautiful day ahead and warm with highs in the mid to upper 70s and breezy winds. We get mostly clear skies tonight with our lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we will see a partly sunny day with chances of showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening. Winds will be breezy and highs in the mid 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Masters is going on down at Augusta. Sam Burns leads at 5 under through 17. Patrick Reed, a former champ, 4 under through 14. Jason Day is 3 under through 16. Maddie's guy Fleetwood's 3 under through 14. My guy Shoffley's 2 under through 14. Rory, the defending champ, 2 under through 12. Freddie hanging in there, 2 under through 6. Ludwig Oberg, a lot of people like him to get to Sunday. We'll see if he can close. He's 2 under through 4. Spieth is 1 under through 2. And I believe Scotty Scheffler is just about to go off. Or maybe he's on hole number 1. So that's a little bit of your update. John Rahm, 2 over through 4, off to a rough start. DeChambeau, 3 over through 14. Cam Young, 3 over through 12. Victor Hovland, 4 over through 12. So a couple of people.
You got anything on Batia? He was the guy
Akshay Batia.
Yeah, he was rolling around with Kelsey yesterday.
Now I can't burn that name in the contest.
Oh, my bad, dog.
No, that's all right. He may have known that. That would have been by the way, that would have been a great name. Where is he?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
I thought he was up there. Oh, there he is.
Where's he at?
1 under through 14.
Okay.
He's in it.
In the mix.
All right. So you are at 5. You need 5 of the 9 to get the power core.
I feel like it should be like 2 power cores. 1 from you, 1 from me.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All righty then.
Yeah.
If you're volunteering.
It's 2 separate contests he's participating in.
Yeah.
You know?
Or maybe just 2 for you and none from me.
I'll take care of that.
All right.
I'll take care of it. I want it.
All right, so this is it. This is golfer or not a golfer. Okay?
Yes.
Maddie and I kind of discussed this during the break.
Let me get the leaderboard off my screen. There we go. Integrity. Big on it.
Yeah. Maddie and I do believe, though, that I have to name a golfer that's in the field. I can't just come up with some rando golfer. Like, if it is a golfer, he's got to be in the field. Like, if the answer is yes and it's true, he should be in the field.
I mean, don't give me the Corn Ferry Tour.
No, I'm not going to give you anybody that's not in the Masters if it's correct.
Okay.
And the ones that obviously I'll make up.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Let's start. Golfer or not a golfer?
A little bit golf illiterate, but I shouldn't be so much so that I have never heard of these guys.
Well, I don't
say that.
think about that because I am actually going to, I could give you some that might ring a bell, a golden bell, but I don't think I'm going to go that route.
Okay.
You're not going to get anybody in the top 30. You're probably not going to get a major winner at any time.
Sungway Kim.
Like, who, what?
Was that a person?
Close.
Who are you gambling
That
with?
was close. Siwoo Kim is in the tournament. But
what did you say?
I don't know what you said.
It's
somewhere close.
Sungway.
He's at +2 right now.
All right.
AR's boy.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Golfer or not a golfer? Ben Griffin.
Sounds familiar. Did Ben Griffin come on our show during the Memorial? Or was he discussed during the Memorial? I'm going to say this is a golfer. God, I hope so.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
Hey. Yes.
Because if you made that up and I'm like, oh, yeah, he came on our show, then I really wasn't listening to you guys.
Golfer or not a golfer?
I can't hear you guys anymore.
You can't hear us?
No, give me like 20 seconds. It usually resolves itself.
Well, that changes things.
What do you need to charge him? I'm asking him a question. He just told me.
No, he's got it.
I'll let you know my headphones.
He's got a cord.
It's interesting because he's just staring at us with his mic on still, but he can't hear anything.
Well, that's not abnormal. Him just staring at us
he's
with
not
his
even
mic,
panicking.
I got
with his
you.
mic on.
Oh, now you
I'm
got
back
it.
on.
He's back, folks.
Well, let me ask you this real
it's like
quick.
we sent him into an isolation booth.
Do you need to like charge those? What's the case?
No,
in that
it's-
situation, they just go in and out.
It's something with like the board or something here. It happened during Baker's update too. So like he was talking and we couldn't hear him, but we're just like, it'll come back. Every now and again it'll happen.
I got you.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Golfer or not a golfer? Robert McIntyre.
I think there is a McIntyre. I definitely don't know his first name. I'm gonna say yes.
It's correct.
All right.
Okay.
Ready for these fugazi names.
He needs 3 more. Aaron.
Yeah, I may have to really now. I don't know how I'm going to fool him now. All right. Golfer or not a golfer? Maverick McNeely.
Strong name. I like that name. If you came up with it, that's pretty good. However, I am going to say that is a golfer.
That's correct.
Okay. Right there. Oh,
he's on
they're
fire.
good.
2 more.
What's going on over there? See a mouse being jostled over there.
He's just adjusting.
You guys can say whatever you want about me right now because I can't hear you.
Again?
You can't hear us. I don't know what. You got to get some new cans over there, big dog. Maybe
let you
that's
know when
what
it
we
comes
need to buy him. Some new headphones. I just love that now he's just like looking up at the TV. He's just waiting for the sound to come back.
Just letting the music fill the time.
Hey, I think the guys that he's locked.
He only needs 2 more, right?
I'm back.
He's gone 3 for 3.
He's got 8 on the board.
I don't even know whether to go fake or real now. He's got us on tilt. Really not sure.
I think this is more of an indication of how much you talk about golf because I don't know these guys otherwise. It has to be I heard you talk about them. I think Ben Griffin did
Party
have
like a Roth star or something.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe that, maybe under pressure.
All right, here we go.
He can smell the power
There we
cores
go.
already.
Yep, here we go.
Or taste them.
Because I don't know whether I can change the first name and keep the last name.
Now he's got you
Or
flustered a little bit.
change the last name and keep the first name.
That might wreck me.
I think
that's
that
what
might
you
do.
need
I
to
think
do.
that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, this
All
has
right.
got a lot harder.
Carlos Ortiz.
Oh man. Well, now here comes the strategy of would he say all of that just to then give me a real golfer? So now it's either reverse psychology or double reverse psychology. Which one is it? I'm going to say that is not a real golfer. Not to insult your intelligence and your strategery over there. I'm going to say that's not a real golfer.
He is a real golfer.
See, double reverse.
Mm-hmm.
I did the double reverse.
There you go.
All right, we're on the board. You and me. All right. Golfer or not a golfer?
Happy Gilmore.
Bob Barker.
Greg Gotterup.
Ooh. Gotterup is a last name that I've heard before, so it's got to be someone from the sports world. Let's just call it golf for the sake of this. But now that you have this new invention that you got where you got the correct last name but the incorrect first name, so we got the alliteration that would be easy for you to come up with if you were just trying to make up a first name. Because you would see the G from Gotterup and just, what's a G name? Greg.
He's like O's over there.
I'm trying to O's this thing. So you know what?
He is trying to O's it up.
Just to be cocky, just to act like I've figured it all out and every little detail in between. I'll say that's a fake name, but a real last name.
He got it. Yeah, that's correct.
One more.
His name is Chris. This is Chris. All right, how many more do we have to do?
We are on question 15, and he needs one more.
Casey Jarvis.
Fake.
Real.
Oh.
All right. Question 16. And again, he needs 2 more.
I need 2 more?
Yep.
Dang, I thought I had 4 this round.
I'm sorry. He needs 1 more.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
He needs 1 more.
it's too bad.
It's my bad. 1 more.
All right. Where does he go? Scrolling down the leaderboard, trying to find a name that he would not know. Let's go with... Matt McCarty.
That is a fake name.
That is a real name.
Oh, no.
Okay. Two more questions.
And he needs one.
One.
I mean, to go 0 for 2 with the line and Roddy Gale this thing, I think he's probably going to be okay.
Roddy Gale this thing.
All right.
Okay.
I don't want to get too crazy here. I got to keep it, All right, I don't know if this is going to be easy or hard. We'll see.
Do you need more time?
Russell Henley.
That's a real player.
It is.
Power chords are on the way.
Got it.
Power chords are on the way. Fire up his theme music.
Well done. I was trying to get tricky, and I couldn't trick him. Well done.
He did well.
All right.
Trick.
We're coming back in 2 minutes. Gold Jacket Thursday, number 99, the man they call Danimal. Dan Hampton will join us next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
If your garage door is so ugly that the FedEx guy is just literally baseball chucking your packages at it, so you get the point, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News This Morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, it's a Gold Jacket Thursday, and very proud to welcome this man on. He was an All-American out of the University of Arkansas, picked by the Chicago Bears with the 4th overall pick in the 1979 NFL Draft. Played a dozen seasons on the D-line in the Windy City. All he did was make the Pro Bowl 4 times. He was All-Pro 5 times, but he won that Super Bowl 20 with perhaps the greatest team ever assembled, the 1985 Bears. Class of 02 into football heaven in Canton. He is back. He is Hall of Famer Dan Hampton. The Danimal is in Canton. Good to have you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be back here in the great state of Ohio. But I got to tell you, the Hall of Fame, every time I come back, something's changed. They're adding on, building on, new exhibits. It's amazing.
It really is. We've touted it for a long time. People down here in Columbus, it's not that long of a drive to get up there. And when you do, you just feel like you've been transported back in time. It's awesome. And I'm glad you're back reliving this. I want to take you all the way back to Arkansas, though, because of something recent here. You played for Coach Broyles, and then you transitioned to a guy who self-admittedly kind of flunked out of the pros, Lou Holtz. Tell me about Lou's impact on you and what you thought of him when he was coming to Arkansas.
Well, and you know what? Just a real quick aside. I was at his funeral about a month ago, and I got to tell you, Lou Holtz was special in my world, my life, but it's hundreds and hundreds of football players' lives. And it was funny. I was standing in line outside the church, and this, I guess, is the test and the true testimonial about a man's life. I must have had 10 different coaches and Notre Dame players come up to me and want to tell me their Lou Holtz, story, what he meant to them. And I got to tell you, that era of football was outstanding. I had Jimmy Johnson as my defensive coordinator, and then I got Lou Holtz, and then he brought in Monty Kiffin, the great Monty Kiffin, who obviously won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. And the thing about Lou Holtz was he made everyone want to play together as a team, and it was almost like team over individuals. And as you know, it's a lot of sports today, it's all about me. It's all about individuals. Lou Holtz, it was all about what you could do to help the team.
That's awesome. Dan, it's a pleasure talking to you. I want to lock in on some of your favorite memories of being a part of the 85 Bears, because Anthony mentioned it off the top. That team has just gone down in the history books and will forever go down in the history books as one of the best teams, one of the most popular teams, one of the coolest teams in the history of the NFL. So being a part of that club, being in that locker room with those guys, what are some of your favorite memories of being a part of that ride?
Well, it was kind of like an awakening. We were a bunch of kids that wanted to work hard, but we had a great leader. And not only, Walter Payton, but Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka came to us and basically said, I played in the Super Bowl. I've coached it. I know what it takes. Trust me. And you know what? Walter bought in, so the rest of us followed him like, a sheep herder. Hey, whatever you say, we'll do. What wall do you want us to run through? And we had so many, good players, but every one of the players, we're not prima donnas. We practiced hard. We played violently. And that's the way we knew we had to be if we wanted to have our team remembered as something special. And, looking back, it's been 40 years, but people still talk about not only the great, 85 Bears, the defense, the Super Bowl shuffle, the great Walter Payton. We had a lot of bells and whistles, but boy, we could beat you up pretty good too.
You and I have something in common. We both thought the Super Bowl shuffle was going to be the kiss of death. I swear to you, I called into a Chicago radio station and got on the air as a young kid saying, why are they doing this now? And, I remember you were not in it. Because the night before, I think they were supposed to do the video, that's when you lost your first game, correct, to Miami that year. And I guess they had to show up and do the filming the next morning, and everybody was in a, pissed off mood. And I think Peyton, who initially supported it, was he had to be spliced in later with Jimmy Mack, but you weren't in it. Why was that?
Superstitious, man, just like you said.
Yeah, good for you.
The kiss of death. Why are you courting this? We don't need this. We'd be going to Indianapolis, and there'd be 5,000 people at the hotel. We were like a rock band, on tour. But it was really, I didn't want it to get completely out of control. And you know what? To Dick's credit, he basically said, hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with it, but if you guys do it on your own time, God love you. But long and short, years later, we all laughed and we all said, hey, what team had the balls to go out and make a soundtrack about their team, their season, and now, 40 years later, it still plays pretty well.
Yeah. So let's say you mentioned soundtrack. Let's dig into your history a little bit, because there's some stuff out there, Dan, that apparently you're really good in the music industry as far as playing instruments. So I'm seeing saxophone and maybe some other stuff. Your history with that, talk about how that came about and your skill set and the capability to do that.
As a kid, I fell out of a tree, and the doctor said, you have no chance playing football. So I started playing music, and I was in a rock band, played saxophone, played bass guitar, drums, piano, all this. And then I got talked into playing football in 11th grade. And then so I walked into the world of football. And then after, a number of years, Walter Payton and Dave Durison and I, we formed a rock band and played a little bit in the off season. And then years later, Steve McMichael and Otis Wilson and I put the band back together, and we played probably 150 gigs. But hey, once you got the bite to play football, you play until you can't. Once you get the bite to play, music, you play until you can't. It's just that way.
He is Dan Hampton, the Hall of Famer, back in Canton. We'll give you details on how you can meet and greet with Danimal here this weekend. All right, tell me about the fridge. You get the big fella in there. Personally speaking, and I don't know if you think it was fair that Coach Ditka took some criticism for giving him the ball in the Super Bowl instead of Walter on the goal line, but this big rookie coming in on that D-line who could really wreck teams, and then he gives him the ball to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. What did you think of the fridge?
I got to tell you, looking back, he was one of my favorite teammates. We laughed. That team, we laughed about everything. And it was just who we were. Hey, you know what? It was a novelty item that we were basically laughing at people saying, hey, you think we're good? Well, try to tackle him, that kind of thing. And I hate that Walter took umbrage. I hate that Walter, felt like that was like, an embarrassing moment where he didn't get the ball. But I told him, I said, you had it 23 times. You could have scored any one of those 20. But, I said, I didn't score either. I didn't care. I said, we have to look at things in a realistic manner. That team was out of control, and I'm glad Ditka gave it to him.
Want to get your thoughts on the current state of the Chicago Bears because, Dan, it seems like they're on the up and up. So Ben Johnson comes in. They draft Caleb Williams really high a couple years ago, and here they are putting together a nice season. How do you feel about what they're cooking up in Chicago right now, what they're going to be rolling out on Sundays for years to come?
The season started out last year. They were one of the 5 worst teams. They ended this past season as one of the 5 best teams. And you can make a case they had a chance to go to the championship game, and obviously they had an interception to stop it. The long and short of it is, in the NFL today, different than when I played, you needed to be very good at the line of scrimmage. Now, the 2 most important facets are what? Quarterback and head coach. Those are now, taken care of with the Chicago Bears. There's no doubt in my mind that Caleb will become one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Ben Johnson proved last year that he is capable of not only becoming but sustaining his ability to be one of the top 5 coaches. And then you just got to hope everybody stays healthy.
Dan Hampton, one of the most admired defensive players that's ever suited up because of what he left on the field, all the surgeries, played hurt. No one could figure out why you kept suiting up, man, after all the surgeries. It's incredibly admirable. You played on that 85 team with a couple of our Buckeyes. Tom Zach was on the team. Sean Gale was on that team, I remember. Doug Plank, who was, I think, one of the hardest hitters in the game, didn't make it all the way to 85 with you guys, but you played with a few Buckeyes that we love to talk about.
Absolutely. And you know what? Todd Bell was probably the best player from Ohio State on our football team. And unfortunately, Todd sat out the Super Bowl year and then came back and never really regained his wonderful ability. But Todd Bell died later in a car crash. Yeah. But I got to tell you, the stories from those guys about Ohio State, Woody Hayes, man, we would crack up all the time. And Ohio State was, I hate to say it, like a feeder club. I mean, everybody loved the players from Ohio State because they were tough guys and they played the game the right way. No sissies, allowed. They wanted to knock the hell out of you, and we loved each and every one of them.
It's got to be worth it, right, Dan? I mentioned all the surgeries. You look back on it today. Do you ever question whether you should have done it based on how you feel today or all the surgeries?
I was just talking about my great teammate, Steve McMichael, who passed away. And, who knows why you get ALS? Who knows why things happen? But I'll tell you this, up until, he couldn't speak anymore, we all agreed, no matter what happens, we were one of the chosen few that got the opportunity and chance to play the game the way we did at that high level at that moment in time. We wouldn't trade it for anything on planet Earth. And absolutely, the greatest game, and we had the greatest time.
I'll tell you, this has been an absolute privilege for me, a guy that grew up admiring you. You'll be at the Hall of Fame this weekend, so Saturday, 10 a.m., head on to the Hall of Fame in Canton. Big Dan will be there talking to guests in the bus gallery. You'll be the Hall of Famer at the Hall, the greeter at 11, and then 1 to 2 in the afternoon, you'll be in the museum meeting with guests. And as I say all the time, you can't miss him. He'll be the guy in the gold jacket. I hope you soak it in, Danimal. This has been a pleasure. Be well. Thanks for the visit.
God bless, and thank you so much. And I can't wait. I'm going to be handing out candy bars. It'll be fun.
You the man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
You got it. Dan Hampton, 99, Chicago Bears, Super Bowl champion 85, played across 3 different decades, 12 seasons, 157 games. He will be an outstanding guy to meet and greet up in Canton this weekend. We come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Pelotonia has proven there are no limits to community impact. We've raised more than $339 million for innovative cancer research at the James at Ohio State. Now, new routes let anyone be part of Ride Weekend. Mountain biking, trail running, and hiking join Gravel Day. And Pelotonia Kids welcomes our youngest riders because there's only one finish line that matters: ending cancer. Register today.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Ready to make it rain on the court for a great cause? It's the 3v3 Hoops Tournament at Ohio State University RPAC. Saturday, May 2nd from 12 to 4. Hosted by NBA legend Kenny Anderson. Grab your 3 and let's see who the best trio in Columbus. For your shot at a share of $10,000 in cash. Register now at classicforcolumbus.com. That's classicforcolumbus.com.
Presented by the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development, and America 250 Ohio.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville in Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
There is nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy that time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. Here, let me help you. It's Bobby Carpenter, and Dr. Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office so you can go right along with your day. It's that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you're the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments can help every day. I have consistent pain in my joint, knees, hips, shoulder, back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to things that I love. I don't want surgery or a long-term recovery. I am at the end of my rope, and taking medications every day is just going to get me through the day. I don't want to do it anymore. So if you want to do that, go check out your free consultation over with my friends at QC Kinetics in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and in Gahanna.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Get your day started with T-Bone and Tybus weekday mornings from 6 to 9 here on The Fan. You'd think that a radio lifer and a national title winner wouldn't have much in common, but you'd be wrong. They're both girthy, they both love football, and they both get racially profiled for completely different reasons. It's like driving to work with your friends, except these friends give away tickets to things and talk to all the important people in town. Your actual friends are probably a bunch of losers. Well, anyway, listen to T-Bone and Tybus live on the Fan app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save $15 on any oil change. Offer includes a free tire rotation, and you'll earn $7 toward your next service with Duramax dollars. Offer ends April 30th. See store for details.
T-Bone and Tybus is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Are you and Bob Marley related, since you're both Jamaican?
No, me and Usain Bolt is.
Oh, that's also who would win in a race?
Don't even ask. Why don't you ask that?
Mornings on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, TLC, real quickly, a little rapid fire. We'll do this quickly, right?
Yep.
Golfer or not a golfer? Kenny Banya.
Trying to get your lick back, AR?
Yeah.
Not a golfer.
Correct. Lloyd Braun.
Not a golfer.
Tim Watley.
Not a golfer.
Joe Davola.
I've never heard of him.
David Putty.
Never heard of him.
Is he getting all these correct real
Bob
quick,
Sacamano.
No, I think these are all not a golfer.
Art Vandelay.
Not a golfer. Vandelay Industries. I got that one.
I was just naming all Seinfeld like sub-characters.
Okay, there we go.
He ripped through them. All right, good job. Take us home.
It took Scotty Scheffler all of really 3 holes to get into the top 3 on the leaderboard. So he is through 4. He is 3 under, and that puts him tied for 3rd behind Burns and McIlroy.
Wow.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy. This freaking guy.
Hey, well, Patrick Reed had a hot start, and then he kind of slowed down towards the end. He's still going.
Man.
He'd be
Scheffler.
on 17, but
he came in not in great form, switched his driver, hasn't had a top 20 in his last couple of events, and he's one of those guys that won there a couple times already. So
PEDs, performance-enhancing drivers?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man.
There's a very low-hanging fruit joke out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make it, so I won't. But someone out there...
That's not like you. Usually you will.
But it's so low-hanging fruit that it's not funny.
Okay.
Here's the joke. Did Tiger Woods also switch his driver?
Okay. He's too busy switching the radio station.
I like that joke better.
Thank you. One of you guys mentioned he eagled 2. Did you tell me that?
He did.
I mean, this dude is unreal. And then you and I were talking during the break. Look, the swing is unorthodox. It's not, I think, what you would teach kids, probably.
Feet are moving all over the place. Obviously, it's an amazing follow-through because he gets almost crazy onto his left side and almost falls over. He's tall. He's just got a lanky, laggy swing. I mean, when he wasn't closing, it was the putter. It was he couldn't be counted on with the putter. And Tiger, on the opposite, Tiger was always clutch with the putter. And I thought that's where, when they were comparing Scheffler to Tiger and all that, I was like, well, maybe the putter's going to hold Scotty back. He's great tee to green, but his putter escapes him. He's changing grips and all that. Mm-hmm. He seems to have gotten over that a little bit. Certainly doesn't make everything. Nobody does. But I would say that Scotty Scheffler was not in my top 5 of power ranking guys coming in, even though he was the favorite. He wasn't in mine. But maybe that's just psychological that I want to do the anti-Scotty bet because it's too boring to bet him because he's always the favorite.
I was talking to the president.
Yep, he was. Too bad Tiger that didn't hold any weight there.
He was trying to.
Because he's dating.
What if he
was he dating again?
Laura.
Like, and what's her relation?
One of the ex of.
Yeah, it's an ex.
Don Jr. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, it would have been great if he said. Not, I was just talking to the president. If he would have said, I'm on with the president. He wants to talk to you. Now, that would have been something.
That would have been interesting.
So the question here in Tell the Truth is, was he really talking to him, Or did he try to call him, maybe didn't get him, and just said, I was just talking to the president?
Tough question at the presser.
Yeah.
Does it count as talking to the president if you were leaving him a voicemail because he didn't pick up?
Right. I mean,
no, you were talking to him. He just wasn't talking back.
I don't know if anybody's followed up. No one's really talked to him, but if we ask this question, Tiger said, I was just talking with the president. What's he saying? Hey, I'm in a situation. Can you call the Jupiter police and get me off the hook here? Like what?
Probably
That's
something
all
like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would ask you, do you think he really connected with the president in that moment at that time?
I think in his mind, he was a little shook and he thought that would be an out.
I'm not saying he didn't try. He probably did.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I don't know.
He's got him on speed dial, man. I mean,
call right into the
West
West
Wing. Is he going to pick up at that point, at that time? All right. I was just on with the president. All right, we'll put him on speaker. Let's hear.
This was a fan poll from a few days ago. I have no idea what led to this. Maybe this had to have come from Bobby's show, maybe? Because he played for the Lions and the Cowboys? I don't know. I don't know who brought this up now, but I'm interested. Should the Cowboys and Lions play on Thanksgiving every year forever, no matter what?
That smells like a Bodie Wells special right there, right? He's a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah, sure.
Should the Cowboys and Lions play on Thanksgiving no matter what? No. Because I don't like watching bad teams. So if they're bad, I don't want to watch. Because then it's just nap time on Thanksgiving.
I don't know if Bodie or Dylan comes up with these. I really don't.
So they've added the third game, right?
Yeah.
So now we have 3.
Yeah.
Which we never had when I was a kid. I don't think we ever had 3. It's a tradition. They've been playing it for such a long time, and part of me likes to honor those traditions, but it is sports. Now, we can't guarantee great games. You can't guarantee. You just have to schedule before the season. We don't know who's going to be healthy or whatever, so part of me wants to just kind of lean into it because I don't want to take it out of those cities. They've had it forever. It's more of honoring them.
Okay. Hey, we got to go. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. It's Too Hot Thursday. Adam Rittenberg joins at 3:30.
We'll come back and talk to you on Friday at high noon. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem.